Hello, everybody. It is football time here in Austin, Texas. It is a hot one here today, folks. We are looking at field temps of 103 degrees. Another tough one here today, Coach. We are joined, and my name is Zach Epstein. As always, I will be your play-by-play guy, and I'm joined here, as always, by my former coach, Mickey Bouchon. How are you doing tonight, Coach?
Doing great, Zach. Good to be here. It's, got another hot one. Maybe not quite as hot as 2 weeks ago over at House Park, but it's definitely, you just looked at your phone about 10 minutes ago, and it's still 103 out here, so it's pretty warm.
Absolutely. And tonight we have a great matchup between the Stony Point Tigers and the Pflugerville Panthers. A historic program here. Pflugerville, obviously, we were talking before the show, has been around for quite a while, winning the state championship in 1950. So a historic program, historic field, and even did a show about them. Not necessarily about them, but used high school, used all of it for Friday Night Lights. So, yeah, Coach, I know you have coached against this team quite a bit in the past. What can we kind of expect just historically based on, the teams we've played and, talking to Coach Taylor, I know that you got the chance to do that as well.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to run into him on the field before the game. Saw a few of the guys that I coached against when I was either in Hutto or McNeil. And Coach Taylor was telling me all about how they're kind of dealing with some of the same things Coach Cheshire and the gang were talking about at the beginning of the year. They're young. They have a bunch of sophomores, and a lot of people equate that to think it's going to be a rough year. But they're happy with the progress they're making offensively, and they think they're going to get things going once district gets around. They've scheduled 6A schools to get them ready, and they think that's what it's going to take. So hopefully their hands are full tonight.
Absolutely.
With us.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Coach, basically fighting up a division in terms of divisional football in Texas. 6A is the top division, most popular school determined by your school's population, and 5A is obviously the one right below it. So lower school overall population, that's all that means. But playing it up usually means tougher competition, as 6A tends to bring that out, as it's the toughest division of football and maybe even the country, Coach. For sure. So we have a great one in store. We're going to cut to some quick commercial breaks, and we'll be right back to kind of recap what we saw last week in a tough loss to Killeen, and what can we expect this week for the Stony Point Tigers. So we're going to take a short commercial break right now, and we'll be right back.
Longtime McNeil parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at briankerman@remax.net.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility, and with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. covertford.com.
If you're looking for a special medical spa to bring out the beauty that's in you, come visit us at Ginger Allure Med Spa. At Ginger Allure, we treat our staff and patients like family. We're here to embrace, enhance, and showcase your natural beauty with a full range of services such as injectables, laser treatments, permanent makeup, microblading, and more. We provide free consultations for all of our services to answer any of your questions. Visit us online at gingerallure.com or give us a call at 512-709-0161. Ginger Allure Med Spa, the classic approach to a new you.
Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. With stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard, in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas Standard, Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good.
Are you looking for a little something extra to get your business noticed? At Ideal Signs, they specialize in custom signage and large format digital printing in a variety of media. Their in-house design department can work with you to create custom artwork to your specifications. They'll work with you to conceptualize, design, and produce any custom projects or idea that you might have. Call 512-930-7446 or visit signsforsports.com. Ideal Signs, family owned and operated since 1969.
The Lodge Poker Club is a members-only card club offering a wide range of daily and tournament gameplay. In Round Rock, just off exit 251 on I-35, the Lodge now boasts the largest card room in Texas with 82 tables, comfortable chairs, and 40 75-inch TVs. The Lodge provides fully trained dealers and on-site security with state-of-the-art camera system to ensure the comfort and safety of our members. Open 24 hours a day. More information at thelodgepokerclub.com or call us at 512-614-4045. Visit Mays Street Boutique in Round Rock for all your shopping needs. Whether you're looking for a special gift or that perfect outfit that everyone will love, we have you covered. Come visit us in-store or shop us online at maysstreet.com. We appreciate your business and thank you for shopping local. RJAC Pressure Washing, Epoxy and Stain. Veteran-owned and operated, serving Central Texas. For the last 10 years, residential and commercial services available, here for all your decorative flooring needs. Call us at 512-593-8567. That's 512-593-8567. You are listening to the Horn Webcast Network, powered by iHSFAN. If you're interested in advertising on or privately supporting this webcast, please reach out to us on Twitter at iHSFAN. All audio rights of this webcast presentation belong to iHSFAN, and any intent to rebroadcast or retransmit must have express written consent from iHSFAN. You are listening to Round Rock ISD football, presented by Covert Ford. Now let's head to the field with Zach Epstein.
Hello, folks. Welcome back to Stony Point Tigers football. We are ready to go live here. We are about 16 minutes and 30 seconds away from kickoff tonight, Coach. So we have a good one in store. Before we get going here, just want to kind of look back at District 25 6A, the district that Stony Point is in with the other schools, and we do have some updates in terms of the rankings and in terms of the win-loss column. So Vandergrift improves to 2-0. Vista Ridge also improves to 2-0. Westwood improves to 2-0. Manor 2-0. McNeil played last night, played Hendrickson, took the loss, so they are 2-1. Cedar Ridge is 1-1, just like our Stony Point Tigers are 1-1. And then Round Rock is rounding out the bunch, starting off 0-3. Tough loss last night to Cedar Park. And so Pflugerville, on the other hand, has played McNeil, another school that we're going to see later on, and they lost 44-27 to the McNeil Mavericks. So, a couple indicators of maybe how we can match up to future opponents in terms of McNeil tonight, as we do share a common opponent with the Pflugerville Panthers. I know that we are also Coach, you said the JV team was able to get the win last night. What was the score of that game, right?
I think they had mentioned it was 32-0. The Stony Point came out on top of that one, and I believe they split the games with the sub-varsity. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Coach Taylor was telling me that they only have one freshman team, so whenever they play a school like us that has two freshman teams, we have to go out and find another game for them. And I hope that happened last night.
Absolutely. And so, as you can see on your screen here, just a great run through of some of the, impact players here tonight, starters. But, looking back last week, Coach, took a tough loss to Killeen right here on this field Thursday Night Football. Was 48-40, a really well-fought battle between, the Stony Point Tigers and a very talented Killeen Kangaroos. Now, we do have a lot to go through in terms of that game, but Coach, any initial thoughts on, maybe learning moments that you can take and translate over from last week into this week?
The biggest thing that I remember from last week was how well our kids came back, and after Killeen came out and got after us with running the ball and doing some things offensively, and we couldn't get much traction on offense at the beginning of the game. Afterwards, we came out in the second half, and we got things rolling on offense. We got a couple stops, got some big plays. Quarterback gets in a groove. Next thing you know, we're getting ready to tie that thing up or actually take the lead at the end. And that was an unfortunate ending right there. But obviously, our kids were tired at the end of that game, and Coach had a lot of confidence in our boys to go for it at the end of the game.
Yep.
And it was just a tough thing that we didn't get that score, because I'm telling you, had we gotten that 2-point conversion and gone up right there, I really don't think that last touchdown that they scored to make it 48 would have happened.
Absolutely, and Coach, you're just right. And just going through a couple, key moments in our last game there. Obviously, big defense performance in the third quarter, holding them to 0 points. So out of the 4 quarters in the second half that we've played, we've been able to hold teams to 0 points. 3 out of 4 of them. So, most of the points came in the fourth quarter of that last game. But previously against Austin High, we saw a shutout in the second half where, Stony Point was able to pitch together a win 24-21. So, looking back last week, though, had a big day for Andrew Hill. 3 touchdowns coming in the form of runs to various degrees. One to the left side, one to the right side, one straight down the middle. Really gave the edge to the Stony Point Tigers. And as you said, Coach, there was one play. I was rewatching our broadcast, and he just took off right down the middle and just hit an extra gear. Nobody was able to even touch him. So definitely hoping to see some more of that tonight. But, going into last week, Coach, you mentioned winning the second half, going into the third quarter, score is 28-13. So, the Stony Point Tigers had to really make a lot of changes in the game plan, come out firing, and ultimately just had a shootout towards the end there. But
the offense made it exciting in the second half, but it wouldn't have really mattered had the defense not come out and shut them down in that third period.
Absolutely, and we saw big plays again by quarterback Kenneth Calabas throwing for a touchdown and also taking upon himself to run for the score. And his touchdown to Tristan Rhymes cut the game to a 40-41 1-point deficit, where that Coach you just mentioned, we went for 2, unfortunately rolled the dice, did not get it, but you took the gamble anyway, hoping that and showing confidence in your team that, we got a chance to get it done. Let's go do it. So, a lot to learn from that. A few big players who kind of came up and rose to the challenge last game. Andrew Gomez, huge game, receiving the ball, getting Stony Point Tigers kind of a spark of energy, couple big receptions. Also, Aiden Wheeler returning the ball, had some really good plays, and then obviously our defensive unit was doing what they could, especially in that third quarter. But a very talented Killeen team was able to just be able to move the ball, and their quarterback, we talked about all last week during our broadcast, just how calm and collected he was, senior, looking to continue his career elsewhere. But Coach, I think we have covered most of what we wanted to go through in terms of the Stony Point versus Kangaroos last time. Is there anything else that you're thinking about going into tonight's game?
Yeah, the whole thing about the young guys playing on both sides of the ball really intrigues me, because you and I have talked about it after the coaches have mentioned it, and we look at the roster, and it's really apparent how many young guys we have. Well, you know what? Tonight's a good matchup of young guys versus young guys. They have a bunch of sophomores on their varsity too. Matter of fact, their quarterback's going to be a sophomore starter as well. So that's going to be two pretty solid Central Texas stud quarterbacks going at each other. And I wouldn't be surprised if in a couple of years people aren't looking at both these kids as Division I recruits.
Division I recruits, a lot of different district awards. Of course, everything is looking up, especially for Kennett Calabas. And this offense, as we saw, was very high-powered. Defensively, though, just getting after it, Iverson Collins and Tristan Butler were outstanding in containing last game. Or the secondary also did a good job. He sung Shane Warner, of course, locking down that side, and Isaiah Cantrell, Hunter Alvarado making big plays on the defensive side of the ball, tackles all over the field. We want to let y'all know to like and subscribe to our channel. iHSFAN is the premier provider of all the Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford here in the iHSFAN network. Please feel free to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. That way you can catch not only tonight's game, but future Stony Point games and also games around the area. Tonight, we had 2 games last night in the iHSFAN network, and tonight we have 3 games. Looks like the Westwood Warriors are facing off against Bastrop, and looking to another game in the area is the Cedar Ridge Raiders are playing Harker Heights Knights, so another Colleen team versus Cedar Ridge. And both those teams, well, Cedar Ridge is 1-1 and Westwood is 2-0, hoping to extend to 3-0 over against Bastrop. But we do have some great football here today, so enjoy this whole broadcast with the thought that you're going to get a lot more throughout the year. Like and subscribe to the channel. So, Coach, we're just getting underway here. We got 7 minutes and 35 seconds.
And the Panthers are coming out of the tunnel, and their coaches are coming to the field. The boys are getting in their little run-through, trying to get themselves ready to go. And that's an exciting part of the game for these guys.
Absolutely. The beginning of any season, we're 3 games in tonight, Coach, so we can expect, less mistakes, hopefully, a little bit more of a concerted effort in terms of the offensive front, have multiple weeks under the belt in terms of getting practice underway. First game you come out, you work through the trenches, you got to work through the kinks. Second game, you're still working through kinks. This is all non-district, so next week, district does start, and it does start with defending they went to state last year, Vandergrift Vipers, so they are looking very, very tough team, and it'll be a great test for this Stony Point Young Tigers team to really, face a foe that they're going to see quite often.
Yeah, they're definitely not worried about those guys tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big game tonight, but after this one's in the books, that's one that a lot of people are going to look at and have an idea what's going on with us to see how well we can do when we face a state power like the Vandergrift squad.
Yeah, absolutely. And here comes Pflugerville. Like you said, Coach, kind of a young bunch here tonight. They still have a good amount of seniors on their roster. We are excited to bring you some action here tonight. Going to have a few guys on the Pflugerville side going both ways, so we'll let you know who everybody is once we get closer to kickoff here. But we have about 5 minutes and about 50 seconds left, and it does not look like the Stony Point Tigers have taken into their inflatable just yet. But they will be coming out very soon, as Pflugerville just came out. And I know, Coach, this is an exciting time. As a coach, there's not really many coaches in high school that run through the banners with their players. What are you doing in the situation, watching the kids kind of come out? You getting yourself excited, or what kind of your pregame ritual?
No, I'd always already be up in the press box. I'd already be ready to go, have my call sheet, and whatever it was, whether it was Coach Hernandez, Coach Ham, whoever was up there with me in the press box, Coach Blake one year, they'd be with me. They'd be my extra set of eyes to look at things, and I'd just be getting ready, looking over things, talking to the coaches up in the box about, hey, remember, this is what you're looking at. This is what we're looking for. Making sure the headsets are good with the coaches down there. And let me tell you, I had zero to do with getting them ready or fixing anything, because that was not my deal. But if something came up, it was like
you let him know.
Yeah, Coach Aguirre, he ended up being that guy with me upstairs at the end there, and he was a absolute master when it came to getting all the headsets. We have an issue, troubleshooting. So I never worried about all that extra stuff. I just worried about, okay, I had already talked to the quarterbacks. I left early, gave a little talk to the offense, and came on up and just started relaxing, trying to get ready for the game.
Absolutely, and it's amazing to me just hearing you talk about that, how many things that I was not aware of as a player that the coaches have to go through. So, and not go through, but prepare for it, and make sure everything's working, because can't run an offense without the booth being able to talk to the sideline, or if anything goes wrong with that. So it's really just a lot of different things that could go wrong, but that's why you have a great team, and you have put a team of coaches around you. So we looking now at the field. Stony Point is finally come out of the tunnel. They look like they're getting ready to run through the banner, and we will get you live footage of also the national anthem as soon as they run out. So 3 minutes to go here in the pregame show. We're cutting it kind of close. Stony Point is coming out of the inflatable in just a second. And we'll make sure to be bringing you live with a lot of different coverage throughout the night in terms of other games going on in the area. And there's the band playing. Here come the Stony Point Tigers as they take the field in the 1-1 record. At least haven't come out just yet, but
their band's inviting them.
Exactly.
They're playing the fight song.
Here we go. Stony Point Tigers coming out. Let's go. Number 1, Caden Cook walks out, I think, with Shane Warner. Number 3 does a great handshake, and Hunter Alvarado carrying the Texas flag. So looking great here in, again, the gray pants, navy tops, and white helmets. And Pflugerville is wearing all white tonight, so that's how you can differentiate on the screen. And we will have the color guard walking out right now to present the colors and give us our national anthem. Stony Point Band is sounding incredible. They've put in a ton of work, and it shows every single week. So we're going to go silent here while we hear the national anthem performed by the Stony Point Choir. That is about to get underway, so we're going to be quiet and let it happen. There it is, folks, the national anthem. We are ready to play some football here. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll bring you right back into the action.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility. And with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. covertford.com.
If you're looking for a special medical spa to bring out the beauty that's in you, come visit us at Ginger Allure Med Spa. At Ginger Allure, we treat our staff and patients like family. We're here to embrace, enhance, and showcase your natural beauty with a full range of services such as injectables, laser treatments, permanent makeup, microblading, and more. We provide free consultations for all of our services to answer any of your questions. Visit us online at gingerallure.com or give us a call at 512-709-0161. Ginger Allure Med Spa, the classic approach to a new you.
You are listening to Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford. Now let's head to the field with Zach Epstein.
Yes. We are here live from Kelly Reeves Athletic Complex, actually right across the street from where I grew up for my whole life, which is always a homecoming when I get to come out here. So super excited here. Tonight we have number 11, Troy Davis, joined by number 55, Terrence Lackey, and number 40, Ryan Cervantes. So looking now, we have the coin toss. Looks like, again, Stony Point has deferred for the third straight game, and Pflugerville will receive the ball to start the game. And, again, Stony Point will get the ball to start the second half. So getting geared up here is going to be electric. Super excited. Football is back, everybody. We had last night NFL game of the year, first NFL game of the year. Tomorrow night, my Longhorns are getting to play the Alabama team out there in Tuscaloosa. So super excited that everything is back. High school ball has been around, though, for 3 weeks. Getting excited tonight. So Coach Cheshire is here, and he is in his 20th season. We're getting ready to get geared off for kickoff. And number 35, Noah Lopez, who has been great kicking the ball in all aspects of the game, will be, again, teeing it off here tonight. Back to return for the Pflugerville Panthers. We have number 2, Jason Evans, and number 1, Kyron McFrazier.
Zach, you talked about last night, NFL getting going. Well, didn't go too well for the Chiefs after all. The Lions are off to a good start. Let's hope our Tigers end up doing like the Lions.
Absolutely. So getting geared up here for kickoff. Here is the boot. So a deep kick here. It goes well into the back of the end zone, about 9 yards deep, and it was not be returned. And Pflugerville will come out onto the field. For your Stony Point Tigers, we have number 1, Caden Cook, Heesong Wang, Hunter Alvarado, Daniel Sawyer, Shane Werner, Chime Onyaka. Number 9, we have Iverson Collins. And on the other side of the end there, we have Tristan Butler, but right now is out there number 50, Jordan Garcia. So that is your defense, as well as Isaiah Cantrell, number 22. So Pflugerville drops back to pass, hits a man wide over the middle, taken down by number 2, Heesong Yang, and that was number 85 catching the ball for the Pflugerville Panthers, Javion Martin. So, Coach, right there, just a quick little drop back and hitch route, hit it right over the middle.
Well, it looks like they're going to go at a pretty good pace, Zach.
Yep. Twins to both sides. 2nd and 2 here for the Panthers. Stony Point back in defense. Handoff, fake throw, and not much going there on the run by number 24 for number 24, Ryder Miller for Pflugerville, and tackle on the play was by Jordan Garcia. So Jordan Garcia and Chime Okinawa been just doing really well holding down that front. This whole defensive line does a good job, especially the ends containing. So right now, going quick, like you said, Coach, trips to the bottom of your screen. Cole Taylor, quarterback.
Yeah, Taylor's a sophomore with a year of experience, throws a quick one out in the flats.
Big hit by Hunter Alvarado.
He got there in a hurry, didn't he?
Absolutely. Laying the wood right there. Good gang tackling for not much on the play. So 2nd down and 10 for Pflugerville. And Stony Point flying to the ball. You got to love this way this defense is playing, Coach.
Yeah, I think they brought the third quarter from last 2 weeks with them to get this thing started.
Absolutely. I mean, playing super well. So in on the play there, also Daniel Sawyer. So Sawyer being used all around the field past few games. We have trips to the top of your screen. Taylor takes the snap, drops back to pass, and deep play. Shane Warner all over the play and all over the coverage. There is a flag being thrown. McFrazier, the receiver there, looked like going back and forth between the two, but might be a call on Stony Point. We'll get the call here, Coach. And so, looks like we will see a first down as the chains are moving here. So, pass interference on the play will be from the line of scrimmage. And Pflugerville coming out here again, no huddle, going quickly. We have not seen a team huddle. I feel like it's a lost art in this the game of football, especially at the high school level. But no huddle here, coming out quickly. Tight set. Taylor throws the ball out front and tackled by Heesong Yang on the carry for Pflugerville, number 4, Christian Bauman.
Yeah, when they run that jet sweep or fly sweep, whatever you want to call it, we're going to have to get out there in a hurry. They obviously have a few guys who can run.
Absolutely, some speed right there. And Iverson Collins initially made contact, forced them back inside on the DN position. So quarterback Taylor drops back, 2nd down, does a screen pass, dropped, and on the play there, Hunter Alvarado was right there just in case, but drop play right there. So 3rd down situation right now for this offense and a chance for Stony Point to get off the field.
Yeah, we talk about it a bunch, Zach, about it being a big down on 3rd down, usually even more so than 4th down, because if we can't get them to 4th down unless we can stop them on 3rd down.
Absolutely. So 3rd down here, trips to the bottom of your screen, everybody. We have man coverage, so it's the top, Shane Warner on the island, and sends a blitz towards the backside. Almost picked off by Daniel Sawyer, but great coverage on the play there. They were blanketed, nowhere really for the quarterback to go. So 4th down here.
Yeah, that was a good job by disguising right there. Looked like they were showing some man coverage, but with the corner turn his backside to the sideline and just shuffling and letting that number 1 receiver go by him, I'm pretty sure they were in a zone defense, and it could have confused Taylor on that play.
Absolutely. So looking to punt here for the Pflugerville Panthers. Almost high snap. Almost gets there. A very, very tall punt, but doesn't go very far and just bounces towards the 33-yard line. So not bad field position for Stony Point Tiger to start off. Great hold by the defense. Defense looking really solid right now. Only let up about 20 yards on that drive, and most of it came from a penalty.
Yes, big play. We can't keep giving them yardage, giving them a 1st down with penalties.
Absolutely, and you know, Coach, they have you can tell the level of trust with some of these players on Stony Point. Shane Warner being left on the island out there. So we have Gomez in motion here. Kenneth Calbus, first snap of this drive, looks for a screen and was covered, nothing there. So having to just throw it away for no gain.
Nothing doing with the screen, and good job of just throwing it away, go to the next play. One of the things we used to always say in the programs that I was a part of is don't turn a bad play into a turnover. You can always come back 2nd and 10, and nowadays 2nd and 10 is not even that that much of a problem.
Nope, not anymore. And so we have twins to both sides, a shorter stack towards the left, and we sends a man in motion. Fake handoff. Kenneth Calba's met in the face, but escapes and throws it just out of bounds. So Kenneth Calba's being very improvising there, throwing the ball out of bounds and escaping the sack. Pflugerville, though, showing some good push right now with their front line.
Yeah, they are. They're giving us a hard time right now, but we've seen that if Kenneth gets going, he can be a problem running the football as well.
Absolutely. So we have Kenneth Calbert drop backs the pass. Deep ball has a man, Tristan Rhymes, open. Unfortunately, a little bit overthrown there, and Tristan had to go underneath the defender. Interesting, though. He had a man. So quick series for this offense, but, 3 straight throws and 3 incompletions.
They've got to feel pretty good about themselves right there. They put pressure on us enough to where we had to just throw it away 2 different times out of the first 3 plays.
Absolutely. So here comes Lopez back for the kick and almost gets blocked, but a great punt nonetheless. Good bounce, and it bounces inside the 20-yard line towards the 18. So some tough field position for the Pflugerville Panthers, but great field position for this defense of Stony Point, which has looked very tough so far.
Yeah, let's see if we can come back and do that again. Let's put 2 of those series back to back, and let's get a stop 3 and out, and let our offense get some of the kinks worked out and get things rolling.
Yeah, not much of a series there for Stony Point, but nonetheless, 3 straight incompletions doesn't mean much. Look to see for them maybe to run the ball next time. But we have tight position. Quarterback hands off to the running back, number 24, and a big hit, ultimately just wrapped up by a big group, and no whistle yet. So letting them play to the whistle there, Coach, and getting a few extra yards on that one. But so many players involved on that play.
Yeah, we're really running to the ball pretty well right now. I like the way our kids are fitting.
Absolutely, and you see Shane Werner tracking number 1 on the Pflugerville Panthers, Kieran McFrazier. So look for that matchup all night tonight. And towards the bottom of your screen, number 32, Lucas Garcia in coverage. And big hit again by number 13. That is Daniel Sawyer. So Sawyer being all over the field tonight.
Yeah, if they're going to keep throwing those little 4-yard hitches and 5-yard hitches, we got to come up and make them think about catching the next one.
Absolutely, and that's just taking what the defense gives you right there for the offense. So
sure, that shows some maturity of their quarterback right there.
Absolutely, just dink and dunk. But anyways, tight end formation, twins to the bottom of your screen, single receiver to your top, handoff again, and looking to get outside, but number 22, Isaiah Cantrell, again in on the stop. These defensive ends, I'm telling you, this defensive line is a core unit for the Stony Point Tigers as well as these linebackers. And honestly, the whole defense, even on the back end, is looking very strong right now.
Yeah, our defensive front has not been a problem so far. Maybe to start the game last week we had a little bit of an issue, but against Austin High and from the halfway through the second quarter on, our defensive line, especially our outside rushers, have really made it difficult on other teams' quarterbacks.
Absolutely. So quarterback takes the snap. Taylor looks to pass outside and complete to number 1. Again, and that's Kyron McFrazier, obviously the number 1 option for this team with Werner in on the man-to-man coverage. So, again, not much firepower in terms of explosive big plays here. It looks for Pflugerville. They're just taking what is being given by the defense.
Again, if it's what's there for them and they're just taking advantage of it, can't hardly blame him for getting it out of his hand in a hurry and hitting his wide open guy.
Absolutely, and huge tackle right there by Chimeo and Yaka. So he got in there in a flash. Might be a holding call on the offense as he got in there so quickly. Offensive line was doing anything he could to slow him down. And it looks like it will be a penalty against Pflugerville. So marching them back here, making it maybe even tougher third down situation. Oh, so decline the penalty. Referee having to walk the ball back. It will be fourth down. So fourth down and about 3 here. Looks like Pflugerville is staying with the offense right now. No sign yet from their sideline to kick.
Okay, punt team's coming out.
So punt team coming out, obviously in their own end of the field here, so wanting to flip the field a little bit here. Last time the punt only went about 20 yards, so Stony Point, 2 guys back, Shane Werner and then Wheeler as well, looking to return this kick. And here's the snap. Ball is away. It is drops in at the 40-yard line and takes a positive bounce for the Stony Point Tigers. So Stony Point starting in good field position here at their own 41.
Yeah, that's a good trade right there. We punt it away, get a decent punt, get a quick stop. They punt it back, and we pretty much gain 8 yards, 9 yards on the exchange. So let's take advantage of it, and let's get some offense going right here, Zach.
Absolutely. And so joining the backfield with Kenneth Calabas is Andrew Hill. So Andrew Hill gets the ball. Not much going there, but fighting still. Loses about 1 yard here. So and for your Stony Point Tigers at the line position, we have number 52, Joshua Landry, number 62, Travis Nutt. We have number 56, Matt Nguano, and number 61 as well, Jackson Muncher. So that is your offensive line. Joined on the field, tight end position, Talon Boyson, as well as Alex Freeman. So snap here by Calabas, hands the ball off again to Hill. Hill fighting, gets some positive yards here, about 4 or 5. Almost looked like he was about to break free and potentially take that one for a lot more.
Yeah, we're having to do something with their defensive line right now that look kind of like the start of last week's game. Zach, it looks like we're having a hard time handling their defensive front, and we need to just settle down, get our blocking schemes, and get a little push on those guys. Absolutely.
And, closer here to midfield, you got to like the way your defense is playing. It might be even, 4-down situation if we get close enough here. But Kenneth Calabas, to get things going, drops back to pass, has a man wide open down the middle, and it looks like it's going for 6, and that goes for 6. Andrew Gomez on the touchdown. So a deep ball and beautiful, beautiful throw from Kenneth Calabas. That was about a 62-yard touchdown play, 65-yard touchdown play. So Andrew Gomez, who, like we said earlier in the show, had a big week last week, now finally gets that touchdown to go along with it.
Well, now after week 1, when I bet all the defensive coordinators are worried about Rhymes, now they're going to have to worry about someone else, huh?
Absolutely, and that just makes the offense even more dynamic. So here's the kick from Lopez. It is good. So 7-0 here. Stony Point taking the quick lead right off the bill, and that was a very quick drive. 2 run plays, go for about 4 yards total, and then just a big play opening it up for Andrew Gomez. And Coach, it's not the first time that we've seen a deep ball tonight with a man wide open, so could potentially be attacking that secondary all night tonight.
That's a good look at it. We got to the middle of the field, and there was nobody there. And that's always a pleasant surprise for you when you're up here calling plays and you see that that's somewhere you can attack.
Absolutely, and Pflugerville definitely getting quick pressure, leaving a little bit open on the back end there, as Gomez just able to use his speed and essentially beat the defender to the ball. And Lopez will be kicking off here. 4 minutes and 28 seconds left in the first quarter. We have a 7-0 lead for the Stony Point Tigers. And here comes the kick. Another deep one, not as deep as the last kick. Right at the goal line, will be returned. And that's number 2, Jason Evans, who takes the ball to the 25-yard line before he is met by some Stony Point tacklers, and that is number 3, Shane Werner.
You know, Warner does a lot of things for us, and he's pretty exceptional at everything we do. He's good at running kicks back. He's probably right now, I would have to say, he's our best cover guy.
Yep.
And he's not afraid to come up and tackle, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
And you know, it's just nice to have a guy who's unselfish and who can do a lot of things.
Absolutely. So quarterback Taylor here takes the snap, looks deep, a little bit of time here, but throws the ball to the middle of the field. Not much going on there. Great coverage down the field by Isaiah Cantrell, number 22, from the linebacker position, as well as number 32, Lucas Garcia, who's that other corner on the other side. So good job there by the defense.
Okay, flipping corners. You had mentioned 3-on-1. It looks like that's going to be the deal most of the night, Zach.
Absolutely. And, you know, you see that typically, you know, sometimes it just depends on the scheme. But usually when it's a really good player and you know you got to have a lockdown, that's where you see that one-on-one matchup. So quarterback Taylor throws it out wide to number 2 there, gets tackled. I think that is Jason Evans for the receiving player, and Heeson Young in on the action, as well as Lucas Garcia and Isaiah Cantrell, some common names you'll hear all night. 3rd down and about 1 here for Stony Point Tigers defense. Let's see if we see a run here or maybe a pass.
Well, they've had opportunities at different times to just get rid of it real quick in their quick game throwing the ball. They may want to take a shot at that and try and pick up 4 or 5 yards real quick to move the chains.
Absolutely. So here Taylor sends a man in motion, hands the ball off, met, but gets just enough for that first down. So 2 yards on the play and gets the ball to the 36-yard line. Stony Point in on the tackle was number 9, and that is Iverson Collins.
Again, Iverson Collins is a name we're going to hear a bunch tonight. He's had some really spectacular plays in the first 2 weeks.
Absolutely. And looking for the play here, Pflugerville has been running a tight end set for most of the game here, but now splits out 3 wide receivers to the top and 1 down towards the bottom. Snap, another screen call, so looking to get the ball out quickly here. And Chimeo and Yaka rumbling and tumbling and stumbling and making a huge hit over there. He was moving quick for that big body.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see when you're a receivers coach and you run a quick screen out there and your kid comes back inside and there's big boy coming to chase him down. Absolutely.
And looks like a false start here against Pflugerville, trying to go hard count there for the offense, but Chime Ohonyaka, again, just showing his, the reason why he's first team all district, ranging over there and making that play. It seems like Pflugerville is really just trying to dink and dunk, get the ball into their playmakers' hands and hoping to make a play. Nothing really too deep this drive.
No, and thankfully we've got good tacklers in our secondary because I think from what I'm seeing, we're going to have to tackle all night one-on-one situations with their skill kids.
So press coverage towards the top of your screen, a little bit more lax towards the bottom, and you see quarterback drop back to pass, gets evading, but nothing really where to go with it, and attempts to throw the ball to number 85, and that was Javion Martin. But again, in coverage, that was Heeson Yang. So tough third down situation here for Pflugerville as they cause the penalty, and an incompletion right there makes it a tough third down for them.
Yeah, anytime you get behind the chains, they want to be – you want to have a positive play on first down. You want to be third and short on third down. Anything other than that, a penalty to put you back or something like that always is a tough situation for you.
Absolutely, and there's got to be some plays, Coach, that you have for these situations, right?
No doubt.
So right here we have Pflugerville dropping back to pass again, has a man open but tackled again, that is Hee-Song Yang making the play, but not before a first down situation for Kristen Baham, the wide receiver there, and a good throw by Taylor.
We've always had 3rd and 12 plays, but I sure like 3rd and 2 plays, calling those better. So if we can make them call 3rd and 12 plays all night, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape.
Absolutely. So here we go. Ace formation. Drop back and a screen. Again, Hunter Alvarado tries to make a play. Again, another try to make 24 just keeps moving. Finally brought down by Dawson Sawyer, and Iverson Collins was ranging over as well. But some tricky moves there by number 24, Ryder Miller, the running back linebacker combination. So first down, Pflugerville after that big play. Again, ace formation. Taylor drops back to pass. Has some time, but pocket collapses. Looking to get him is Iverson Collins and is able to make the play. He ran a long time to get him, but almost first down situation, a gain of 9 there on the scramble.
Yeah, that was a good job by the quarterback. Didn't see anyone down the field, tucked it, found a B gap that he could run through and took off. So he's not just a thrower. We know that our sophomore quarterback can do both. I would, with my limited experience and expertise, I would say our sophomore quarterback is a run dual threat.
Absolutely. Oh, big hit by Caden Cook coming in from the safety position. He made a big hit, but that is enough for the first down, unfortunately, for the Stony Point Tigers defense. We do see a new player in for the defense. That is Xavier Bolo in at D-line there as well. So giving Chime Onyaka some rest, some well-deserved rest.
Well, this has been a long drive, Zach.
It has.
In this heat, the defense, boy, that wears on them.
And I think
they're going to just let it wind down, I do believe, get to the end of the first quarter.
Absolutely. So we are going to take a brief break and show y'all some ads from our great sponsors. But before we do that, make sure to like and subscribe to iHSFAN. We have some great content going on all night tonight and all year, so be sure to do that. But right now we're going to bring you some sponsors.
Poker Club is a members-only card club offering a wide range of daily and tournament gameplay. In Round Rock, just off exit 251 on I-35, the Lodge now boasts the largest card room in Texas with 82 tables, comfortable chairs, and 40 75-inch TVs. The Lodge provides fully trained dealers and on-site security with state-of-the-art camera system to ensure the comfort and safety of our members. Open 24 hours a day. More information at thelodgepokerclub.com or call us at 512-614-4045. Visit Maze Street Boutique in Round Rock for all your shopping needs. Whether you're looking for a special gift or that perfect outfit that everyone will love, we have you covered. Come visit us in-store or shop us online at mazestreet.com. We appreciate your business and thank you for shopping local. RJAC Pressure Washing, Epoxy and Stain. Veteran-owned and operated, serving Central Texas. For the last 10 years, residential and commercial services available, here for all your decorative flooring needs. Call us at 512-593-8567. That's 512-593-8567.
All right, folks, we are back here with some football, and we are getting geared up and ready to go here for the second quarter action. Tigers are up 7-0, but a long and sustained drive by the Pflugerville Panthers has led them down into first down on the 17-yard line of Stony Point. So hoping for a bend, don't break approach here from the defense, but let's see here. And here's the snap from the 13-yard line, and looks like he has a corner taken down by, again, Caden Cook. So Caden Cook been all over the field tonight as well. And number 1 on the run there is Kieran McFrazier. So it looks like they're trying to do anything they can to get him the ball, especially with Shane locking down on the bottom half man-to-man coverage.
Yeah, that was a good job running him down because it looked like they had a short corner right there, and we took care of it.
So here we go.
Trips to the wide side.
Yep, and here's the snap. Another screen here. Oh, almost intercepted by Iverson Collins. He almost takes for 6 the other way, but tackled there for a loss of about 3 yards here. So will be a 3rd down and about 8 here from the 11-yard line.
Again, big 3rd down right here. Big stop on that swing pass in the flat. Again, trips to the wide side, backs to the trip side.
Yep, and so we'll see what they call here. Huge 3rd down, tough situation for them. And here comes Stony Point Tiger. Oh, man, Isaiah Cantrell comes untouched for the sack. That's a 10-yard loss for the Pflugerville Panthers, and a great play by Isaiah Cantrell.
He never saw him, Zach. He was looking to the trip side. We brought a blitz off the short side of the field, and he just never saw him. He looks up, and there's big 2-2 right in his face.
Absolutely so. 4th down situation. Not sure if we're going to see the kicking unit here. And, yes, we are not going to see the kicking unit. It will be the offense on the field. So 4th down situation here, and deep into the Stony Point Tigers area, so side of the field. 1st down to gain is at the 3-yard line. Drops back to pass, and ball in the air gets broken up. Great coverage by Werner. He really did a great job there, timing that route and jumping the ball right at the exact moment he needed to.
Yeah, that was a great play, Zach, and I don't think they would have scored even if he would have caught the pass. I think he would have been down there at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, no, he would have definitely not made for the touchdown, maybe enough for the 1st down, but we have a beautiful night here. It's just still 101 degrees out, but on the field, no sun, so I'm sure it's cooler. Boyson is sent in motion by Calbus. Calbuck hands off the ball. A little bit moving there. And number 70, Jason Eziata, is also playing in on that O-line, rotating in there. So a good run there by Xavier Hill, younger brother of Andrew Hill, for a 2nd down and about 5 situation.
Yeah, it sure would be nice to get a little bit better traction going with our running game, because it sure does open up the passing game when you can run it just a little bit. And,
Coach, you say that. We've only had – this is the 8th play on offense that Stony Point has been able to run here. It's a quick score and a quick 3-and-out. So Calbus does the read option and gets a good run, about 4 yards, maybe enough for the 1st down here. But, yes, it is enough for the 1st down. So a read option right there, Coach. I know you know a lot about that.
Sure, probably reading the end man line of scrimmage, and if he widens out, he's just going to pull it, and they're blocking for him to keep it as well. So
trips to the short side of your field here, and handoff here to Hill again. Met in the backfield by number 33 on Pflugerville. That is D'Angelo Porter, the linebacker. So, they can hit. We've seen a few pops here from the Pflugerville defense. They definitely know what they're doing and forcing a 2nd down and long situation here for the Stony Point Tigers.
Oh, there's no doubt they're going to be physical and they're going to have athletes. It's just trying to get it all together with their small numbers and with their young guys. We just don't need their young guys to grow up too fast tonight.
Absolutely. So Calbus it looks like he's joined in the backfield by one of the Hill brothers. Number 12, Gomez, sent in motion. And Tristan Rhymes gets the ball wide open, has a lot to room to run, and still going, breaks a tackle with a stiff arm, crossing the 50-yard line towards the 46 of Pflugerville. So big play in the passing game there.
They took Tristan out of the game the first half last week. Then he came up with the big play in the 4th quarter. I like seeing him get involved early.
Absolutely. He's so quick in terms of getting the ball and making the play happen, basically turning around and just jetting up the field right there. So definitely a point of emphasis here for Stony Point to get a little bit more involved in the throwing game. Past few games have been involved heavily on the ground. So a set, Calbeck takes the ball, again, back to throw, and gets tripped up in the backfield. It looks like he was looking deep down the field for number 15, Joaquin Pena.
Yeah, it looks like our offensive line kind of got pushed around on that play. They need to stick their back foot and give us a little bit more resistance on that defensive front.
Absolutely. And so defensive line for Pflugerville, number 55, Sonny Davis, number 90, Ito.
Zach, I can tell you, Sonny Davis's dad was one of the finest high school football players I've ever coached against in 29 years of coaching.
And that is saying something because you've definitely coached against a lot of great players. So looks like we're going to see a timeout here from Stony Point. So 6 minutes and 42 seconds left in the first half, and we have 7-0 score. Stony Point is driving the ball, but forced here with a second and very long situation, second and about 20.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough situation right here. Maybe we can pick up half of it right here, and then being 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12 be a lot easier than being 3rd and 21.
Absolutely, and just a reminder, last week
or 19, wherever we are.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough one. But last week, Stony Point Tigers did fall again to the Killeen Kangaroos, 48-40, a very tough matchup. We really enjoyed bringing you that action on the iHSFAN network. Remember to like and subscribe to our channel, and make sure to check in on the other action. Got Westwood tonight as well as Cedar Ridge, so make sure to look at those games on the iHSFAN network, where we see Kenneth Calabas in the pistol formation with twins to both sides of him. Sends Freeman in motion, and Kenneth Calabas takes the ball and throws it over the middle. Great throw and catch, and that ball is completed to to Alex Freeman, the tight end sophomore. So a great play there, and looks like we might have a injury timeout on the field. So we'll be taking a quick short break in terms, and we'll bring you the action right back. But we're going to hear a word from our sponsors.
Longtime McNeil parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at briankerman@remax.net.
All right, here. So always love to see that, player able to get up on its own feet and walk off. Probably just a cramp. Again, it is extremely hot, just outside, and not to mention they're playing on, black tire pellets made of rubber. So those are definitely getting hot in the heat all day. Right now, Kenneth Calabas sends a man in motion. Love the motion. Deep pass again. Has a man open, but picked off by number 18 on the defense and tackled. Ball comes out. Let's see. No signal yet. Pflugerville thinks it's theirs. And still no signal, but I think they're going to give the ball to Pflugerville. So, unfortunately, a interception occurred on the play. Kenneth Calabas throwing it up, trying to let his receiver go and get it, but looks like the Pflugerville Panthers will be taking over after a fumble almost to get the ball back.
They needed that. We need to go down there and score, but they really needed to get a stop because we're on our way to, had we gotten a first down right there, that could have led to us steamrolling a little bit.
Yeah, getting everything going, and now Pflugerville gets a chance to come out here. They've held the ball for a long time in this half, and quarterback Taylor sending a motion again just trying to get the ball out to their players in space with screen plays. So that is number 4 on the reception, Kristen Bauman again. So he's been involved quite a bit tonight, as well as number 24, Ryder Miller, for this Pflugerville Panthers team. Second down and about 4.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Taylor's ability and willingness to just get it out in a hurry and get it to his guys who he feels can make a play.
Absolutely, and coach's son, so definitely has the extra reps in. So he's back there with twins to the top screen, throws the ball towards the middle, and it looks like his incomplete pass. So in on the coverage, Caden Cook, and it looks like Stony Point's, playing a little bit of a zone defense here, and it's allowing quarterback Taylor to kind of look in, see where there's going to be maybe a soft spot, and just try to take advantage of it. But got to catch the ball there.
No doubt. No doubt. And even when they're playing zone to the trip side of the field, a lot of times they're locking up in man
on the bottom
down
side,
here on the bottom all by himself.
It is a battle tonight between Kieran Frazier and Shane Werner. So running the ball here, Chimeo Onyaka gets number 24 down to the ground for a loss of about 1. Forward progress was made. So 4th down situation again for the Pflugerville Panthers. And this defense for Stony Point doing a great job forcing the hand, making the punting unit come onto the field yet again. So pitching so far 1.5 quarters of a shutout in this first half.
I'm surprised we haven't moved our returners up. Both our punts have been really, really shallow. They've been short, and now we have a chance for a return.
Yep. And here comes Shane. He drops the punt, but is able to pick it up and gets a little bit outside towards the 31-yard line. So, good job on the return there, setting up the offense. And quickly getting the ball back is this offense. And I know Kenneth Kalbus is definitely wanting that one back. And, as a young quarterback, throwing an interception can definitely weigh in terms of the psyche. But as a quarterback coach, I know exactly what they said. Don't worry about it. Rub it off. We got a whole game of football to play. Don't even think about it. And honestly, it's not the ball came back to the Stony Point Tigers, so it's like nothing happened.
Yes, starting over. Here we go. Don't forget what happened. Just forget that you made a mistake. You don't need to dwell on the fact that you made a mistake. You just need to move past it. The next play is coming up. There's going to be another ball that we expect you to hit.
Absolutely. So Andrew Hill in on the run for a second, setting this up for a second down and about 4 yards, so 6-yard gain there. Towards the top of your screen, you have Andrew Gomez, who caught that touchdown earlier tonight, as well as Tristan Rimes, who had a big run. So the pass offense has been there tonight, and Kenneth Kalbus taking the snap again, handoff. Oh, Hill bouncing off sides, and he gets the lane looking to score here. He's going to take it all the way, folks. That is another touchdown here for Andrew Hill. Last week he had 3 touchdowns all himself. This week is a touchdown. So great job there. Just almost looked like he is stumbling and about to get tackled, and just keeps his feet and is able to take it on the outside.
Well, Zach, he's a difference maker in the fact that he's got something that not every kid out there has, and he's got legitimate speed that once he's gone, they're not going to run him down.
Yeah, it almost saw
I don't know what his 40 time is, and I really don't care. I just know that nobody can catch him.
Absolutely, and a block kick here. So Pflugerville got in on the play, able to block a kick. And last week, we saw the importance of the kicking team, take effect, having to go for 2 a few times towards the end there. But right now, gotta feel good if you're Stony Point, starting off the game 13-0 with 2 very explosive touchdown plays.
Yes, getting ready to kick it off down here. There's not much time left in the first half. Boy, we can't have something disappointing happen right here and give up some of this momentum going into half. Let's get a stop, maybe even take a few shots and try and go get another score, whether it's set up a field goal or try and punch one in before half and try and get these guys down a little bit.
Absolutely, and so Noah Lopez looks here to punt to kick this one away. 4 minutes only left in the game, or left in the first half here, folks. 13-0 is the score. Stony Point Tigers are up. Here comes the kick. It's a lot shorter than the last two. Looks like it will go out of bounds, so probably have a re-kick if they don't take the penalty.
Looks like they're going to bring their offense out, Zach, and so they'll just add the yardage on.
Sounds like a plan. So coming out for the Stony Point Tigers, all the usual suspects. Chime looks like he is getting a quick breather, so number 93 again, and my sheet here is cut off, so I can only see half the name, but I believe that's Xavier Bello, who is in on for Chime right now, and joined onto his side by Jordan Garcia. So here comes the offense. Looks like a more power formation here, and Taylor takes the ball, drops back, has plenty of time, and good coverage there by Lucas Garcia. So he has been on the other side of all the action tonight and has done a good job there and timing that ball not to cause a pass interference.
Yeah, that could have easily been a blunder and ended up an automatic first down for them. So that was a good job playing the ball.
Absolutely, and that ball looked almost a little bit out of reach from the receiver, so not sure he would have caught it, but still great coverage on the play, showing that everybody on this DB team can really cover who they need to. So quarterback comes with twins to the right, hand the ball off, reverse situation, reverse. And right there is again Isaiah Cantrell for the stop. Yep,
blew it up. One guy can ruin an entire trick play. And Cantrell did a super job right there.
He stayed at home and made sure nothing was there and nothing doing. And so 3rd down and about 8 here for Pflugerville with 3 minutes and 30 seconds ticking off the clock here. So, I'm sure they're wanting to make this drive last as long as possible and keep the ball out of Stony Point's hand. But looking like another 4th down situation, long punt potentially happening here. So trips to the right side of your screen towards the top. Taylor sends a man in motion. And another, looks like screenplay, but ends up only getting about a yard on the play. So in the backfield, though, a lot of Stony Point jerseys running free, and Taylor looking like he was running for his life back there.
Yeah, that couldn't have been very comfortable for Cole Taylor. He was under a lot of duress on that one.
And, good job getting the completion out, but only for about a yard. So 4th down situation here, and offense is staying on the field, again, trying to tick the clock down as much as they can.
Yep, they're gonna take it down to 1 second, call timeout, and punt it away from here, I do believe.
That would be a good call, again, to try to keep the ball out of Stony Point's offense's hands, especially thinking about, punting situation. We haven't seen a truly deep punt just yet. A couple short 20-yarders, and then that last one was a pretty nice returnable ball, but Shane Werner kind of muffled the reception a little bit and was able to pick it up and get about 10 yards. So we'll see if he can flip the field here.
Yeah, I would, again, I wouldn't be surprised if we moved our deep guys up a little bit and try and either go after the punt for a block since we're down on this end and don't have much time before the half, or we just try and set up a return.
Absolutely. And just a reminder, folks, please like and subscribe to the iHSFAN Network. We are bringing you Round Rock ISD football all year long presented by Covert Ford. So everybody is a great team here tonight, and the man you hear on all the ads is my father, who has created iHSFAN to help you guys bring the field to home. So looking here to punt is Stony Point, and back to return usual suspects Werner and Wheeler. So a long punt, good rugby style punt, actually goes really deep and ends up getting down to the 18-yard line, 19-yard line. So a long field here for Kenneth Calabas and his Stony Point offense, but 2 minutes and 14 seconds left, and just in terms of the plays that we've scored on, it's been very quick. So I bet right here they're looking to do the same thing.
Like I said, Zach, go ahead and back up those two guys because this guy's been booming it. Well, he got a great punt right there. I'm telling you.
He did get a he did get a great punt right there. A little different than what we saw in our first punt, but never judge a book by its cover, I guess. So right now we have Kenneth Calbus with a tight formation of trips towards the top side of his screen, sends a man in motion, and a flag comes out, but the ball goes to Gomez, who gets the ball outside and is able to make a move and get the ball to about the 29-yard line there. But might be a false start situation here. We'll see what the call is. So illegal formation here. Too many men in the backfield. Someone was not stepping up and standing on the line at that receiver court. So we will see a timeout here, and we're going to go hear from some of our sponsors for just a quick second, but we'll be right back.
Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs, with stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas standard. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good.
All right, folks, we are back here again, and it is 2 minutes ticking off the clock. It looks like the clock has already started. So quarterback here, Kenneth Calbus, takes the ball and gets the snap, hands the ball off. Good run there. Not sure who that was as far side of the field on the carry. Looks like that is Xavier. No, that is Aaron Bolton on the run. 21 is Aaron Bolton. 20 is Andrew Hill, and then Xavier Hill is 24. So all of the running backs toting the 20s, low 20s numbers, and we're seeing the clock kind of tick down here. So Stony Point taking it a little bit slower. Second down and about 12 here.
I think we're content with running the ball unless we get a first down. We're just going to let the clock wind down as far as we can take it.
Absolutely. So will be a third down situation, third and about 11 here for Stony Point. Definitely not what you want, but the first play was obviously a penalty, so had a positive yardage and got the first down on that one, but unfortunately have to take it backwards.
Sometimes that changes the whole complexion of when you're working clock management.
Right.
One penalty can completely change things.
Thinking you being a little bit more aggressive, and then that penalty happens, and now you're thinking, okay, let's just take it out.
Well, now you don't want a 3 and out and let them call a timeout, and now they have a minute 10 to go, and they have the ball on their 40-yard line. That's just not very good clock management, and so we haven't seen it on either side, and they're just trying to make the best of whichever situation they're up against. And right now, we're just trying to get to halftime with a 13-point lead and not give anything up late.
Absolutely, and you know, clock is such a huge part of the game in football. Being able to control the clock means you're able to control a lot of the game, especially if you can keep your offense on the field and their offense off of the field and keep their defense tired. That's truly how you can win a lot of football games. You know, just being able to control that time clock. So third down here and about 11. Pflugerville hoping to get a fourth down situation to occur. Stony Point hoping to get a first down here just to keep the clock moving, as we only have 30 seconds left in this half. Trips to the top side of your screen here for Kenneth Calbus. Maybe seeing a pass here. And nope, that is to Aaron Bolton, who gets around the corner and gets enough. Oh, it looks like he might have gotten enough for a first down. We'll see where they spot him. But clock does stop as he got out of bounds towards the 21. We do see a first down, so Aaron Bolton being able to get 11 yards on that one. Him and Hill are able to just hit that extra gear around that corner, Coach.
Yeah, we've got numerous guys who can take it to the house. And I wouldn't be surprised if we air it out right here. We've been kind of milking this thing.
10 seconds left. Kenneth Calvus takes the ball.
Cutting it loose.
Throws the ball deep to Tristan Rhymes, who's wide open, and takes the ball down with 2 seconds left. Let's see if they call a timeout. No. It looks like clock expires. They might hold us on the field here. But, yes, it looks like they are going to give no time applied back to Stony Point. So we will see the clock hit 0, and the score is 13-0. Stony Point is up. A great catch there on that last play by Tristan Rhymes. Just a 50-50 ball. Go up and catch it.
Yeah, he laid that up over the middle a little bit more. It might have been a foot race that Rhymes could win and take that all the way in. But it was still a very positive way to end the first half for us.
Absolutely. And so we're sitting here right now. Stony Point football is up 13-0 against the Pflugerville Panthers. We're going to take a short break, and then we will bring it back to talk a little bit about some scores in the area, what we're seeing up in the booth here, and what kind of changes we can expect to make. And we'll also bring you a little bit of the band performance, which unfortunately we do not have a field mic, so won't be able to actually listen in too well, but definitely be able to see everything move around and check in at the dance team as well. So we're going to take a short break, like I said. We'll be right back.
The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility. And with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. covertford.com.
Are you looking for a little something extra to get your business noticed? At Ideal Signs, they specialize in custom signage and large format digital printing in a variety of media. Their in-house design department can work with you to create custom artwork to your specifications. They'll work with you to conceptualize, design, and produce any custom projects or idea that you might have. Call 512-930-7446 or visit signsforsports.com. Ideal Signs, family owned and operated since 1969.
The Lodge Poker Club is a members-only card club offering a wide range of daily and tournament gameplay. In Round Rock, just off exit 251 on I-35, the Lodge now boasts the largest card room in Texas with 82 tables, comfortable chairs, and 40 75-inch TVs. The Lodge provides fully trained dealers and on-site security with state-of-the-art camera system to ensure the comfort and safety of our members. Open 24 hours a day. More information at thelodgepokerclub.com or call us at 512-614-4045. Longtime McNeil parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at briankerman@remax.net. RJAC Pressure Washing, Epoxy and Stain, veteran owned and operated, serving Central Texas for the last 10 years. Residential and commercial services available, here for all your decorative flooring needs. Call us at 512-593-8567. That's 512-593-8567. Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. With stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas standard. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility, and with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. covertford.com.
You are listening to the Horn Webcast Network, powered by iHSFAN. If you're interested in advertising on or privately supporting this webcast, please reach out to us on Twitter at iHSFAN. All audio rights of this webcast presentation belong to iHSFAN, and any intent to rebroadcast or retransmit must have express written consent from iHSFAN. The Lodge Poker Club is a members-only card club offering a wide range of daily and tournament gameplay. In Round Rock, just off exit 251 on I-35, the Lodge now boasts the largest card room in Texas with 82 tables, comfortable chairs, and 40 75-inch TVs. The Lodge provides fully trained dealers and on-site security with state-of-the-art camera system to ensure the comfort and safety of our members. Open 24 hours a day. More information at thelodgepokerclub.com or call us at 512-614-4045. You are listening to the Horn Webcast Network, powered by iHSFAN. If you're interested in advertising on or privately supporting this webcast, please reach out to us on Twitter at iHSFAN. All audio rights of this webcast presentation belong to iHSFAN, and any intent to rebroadcast or retransmit must have express written consent from iHSFAN.
So we're back again with halftime report 21 minutes before we see either teams come back out. Coach, we're just talking a little bit here about some scores in the area. Round Rock Cedar Ridge is losing right now to the Colleen Harker Heights Knights 21-14. We have obviously the Stony Point Tigers leading the Pflugerville Panthers 13-0. In other action around the area, we have the Vista Ridge Rangers, a district opponent, is tied up right now with the Schertz Clemens Buffaloes. Seeing some other scores from around the area, Austin McCallum is losing to Pflugerville Conley 13-0. Lake Travis Cavaliers are beating the Buda Johnson Jaguars 10-3 there. Second quarter just started, so seeing that as well. And Austin Aikens is losing to Westlake 28-0. We just had 21-0, just got to 28. Started the second quarter there. And few other scores in the area. Liberty Hill Panthers 24-21 against the Georgetown Eagles. Those two schools are becoming ever more closer together as the Austin area grows.
Well, how about last week, Zach, with Liberty Hill? 82-80.
82-80.
How about that against the Hutto Hippos? Crazy. 82 points in a high school game. But even more incredible is Hutto scored 80 points and lost.
Yeah, no kidding.
I saw those, and it was not overtime. So it wasn't like it was 49-all at overtime, and then they went on a tear and kept matching each other. That's crazy. But anyway, you mentioned Liberty Hill, and I was going through Hutto on my way home, and that's what I had heard.
Absolutely, and we also do have the Westwood Warriors winning 35-0 over their opponent tonight. So, a lot of games in the local area. Really love to see a lot of the Austin area schools, especially the teams in our district, playing as well. So, got a lot to look forward to, especially in this game, Coach. I know we've been talking a little bit aside and towards the break about how important the big plays have been for the Stony Point offense.
Not just tonight, but it seems that in the first 2.5 ball games, the big plays are what has defined our offense. Because when we get open in the open field with any of our running backs, we have a chance to go. Obviously, we have a couple different receivers who can go to the house at any time if they get a little bit of room. And, Calvis, he can take off and go himself. He's shown that as well. So the big plays are a huge part of what we've shown, and we need to continue that. I would like to see a little bit more of punch him in the mouth and get a few first downs, like right before the half. Stuff like that when we need to run out the clock, because sooner or later there's going to be a time where we're up late in the game and we've got to get 2 first downs to win this thing.
Right.
We just haven't shown that, and maybe that's part of the young guys. Obviously young and exciting, and they can do a lot of things. They're just not quite there yet to just dominate and take over 2 drives in a row to win a game.
Absolutely, and you hope that will come. And the punch mouth football, I think we've done a good job of in previous games of being able to establish the run, because ultimately that is where it all takes front. But this O-line has definitely had their hands full tonight, Coach, in terms of that. The D-line from Pflugerville has been able to get a lot of pressure, had a couple sacks on Kenneth Calbus, which we hadn't really seen too much of this year. So definitely a focal point, I'm sure, in the locker room right now is getting some protection and also being able to run the ball in between the tackles, because we've seen a few runs between the tackles, kind of get stuffed, maybe, 5 or 6 yards, but the outside is really where the big plays have occurred.
Correct. That's just been the case so far, and that's okay as long as we continue to move the ball and don't have an issue not scoring. But there might be a chance for our other quarterback, Aiden Green, to come in the ball game, the senior who comes in.
Oh, yeah.
And they have a few packages for him, obviously, and he comes in and he's pretty effective running between the tackles, and maybe that could jumpstart us like it has in weeks past as far as getting things going with the running game.
Absolutely. Yeah, that Wildcat formation, quarterback listed on the depth chart, but definitely we haven't seen him throwing the ball yet, but every time he's come in, you kind of know and you get the sense they're going to run the football.
Yes. Not that they don't have something up their sleeve for later on in a game that really, really counts, in a situation that is a crisis situation or a situation that's do or die, that they can do something a little trickier. But right now they're showing when he comes in the game, they're pretty much vanilla, and they're going to either run him just straight off the snap or run some quarterback run reads.
Yeah, it's always fun to kind of think about that, because you mentioned, not showing your hand. These aren't district games yet. They do mean something in terms of the win-loss column, but realistically, your district record is what's going to get you to the state playoffs. So, kind of holding your cards a little bit in these beginning games is definitely something that, all the coaches are used to. But, like you said about Aiden Green, there's going to be probably a little wrinkle pass that we see that opens up that they've been definitely practicing. Always have to have those plays in your book. But looking good on defensively, Isaiah Cantrell has been involved in a lot of plays from that linebacker position. We've seen a lot of the DBs, have to step up and, make some coverage plays, especially on that backside with Warner being in man coverage, but also Lucas Garcia being left on the island and having to, make some big plays in terms of, breaking up a pass and not getting the pass interference, which is incredibly difficult whenever it's just a 50-50 ball.
Yeah, when you're put out there all by yourself and you don't have any help from a safety inside, that's as tough as you can situation as you can put a cornerback in. I don't care, in my opinion, whether it's high school football or tomorrow when you watch Alabama, Texas, or on Sundays, when those corners are by themselves and everyone knows they don't have help, that is the toughest situation possibly on a football field.
Absolutely. I think, I've heard just it is one of the toughest positions to play because you're asked to do a lot on that sideline, and you're ultimately left alone a lot of the times to have to make a play. So it is very tough, almost like, hitting a baseball, playing that corner position. I swear, you have to go against athletes who, in the NFL, a lot of receivers are over 6 foot. Not a lot of corners are that tall. They're having to play, much taller, more lanky guys go up and get the ball. But, just understanding that you are the last man and knowing yourself, because as a cornerback, you have to know, okay, this guy might beat me. I need to sit back a little bit further. I might need to not press up as much. And, coach will help you game plan for that. But ultimately, you have to know yourself as a player and be aware on the field, like, I cannot let this guy get by me, because if it happens, it is so quick. And it is we saw it tonight with Andrew Gomez. He got by one guy, and that was all that was left. Nobody was there to stop him.
Yeah, and people forget, a defensive lineman or a linebacker, they miss a tackle or they get blocked or whatever. And, okay, so instead of a 2-yard gain, had they made that tackle, it turns into a 4 to 8 yard gain, and that's a coach chewing on their tail a little bit about not doing their job. Let me tell you, everybody sees when a corner gets beat. Everybody in the stadium say, oh, he just ran right by that guy, and there's no hiding. There's no hiding about it. You have to be a special kid to be a good shutdown corner. You have to not only physically be able to make those plays, but you've also got to be able to put it behind you when someone does make a play, because it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter. Sauce Gardner gave up plays sooner or later in high school. So it's just one of those things where they're going to give up a play occasionally, but they have to know, hey, you know what? It's coming to me again, and I'm going to get a pick next time, or I'm knocking it down next time.
Absolutely. And that just, goes to show, all these positions that, football kind of gets a bad rap for not being the most skilled, but a lot of it comes down to being able to understand what the offense or what the defense is trying to do. And it comes in a lot of that skill, I think, comes in the mind and how you perceive the game. If you can slow it down, and being a defensive player, cornerback position, you have to understand what is coming at you, understand the looks that the offense is going to come out and run, their plays that they have been practicing their whole time. You're not going to really be hit with something new, most of the time. You're going to know, okay, these guys are coming to this side. We might see a pass here, or they're loading the box with all their guys. We're probably going to see a run. I might need to go help. So it's just a lot of mental in all of football, every position there is. And I'm sure, Coach, you can relate to that as you had to scheme for 29 years or so for every defense, every player. Everything is different every year too. So it's a lot of time and effort. But we are seeing here about 10 minutes and 30 seconds left in the halftime show. Looks like Stony Point's band is out there. Haven't seen either of the teams return. We'll probably see them come out here in a few minutes. But a great performance so far from the Stony Point team. Now, Coach, if there's anything that you would change offensively or defensively, you think that the coaches are saying, what do you think they're saying right now in the locker room?
Well, I'm fairly certain the offensive line coach is challenging our boys up front to get a little more physical and take a lot of pride in not letting our quarterback get touched. That's an important thing, and a lot of time that's just you know what, by golly, I'm not going to let our guy get touched, and doesn't matter what it takes. I don't care if I have to grab him, tackle him, but he's not going to get back there and hit our quarterback. That's one thing. Another thing is defensively, I don't know what we could change, Zach. We've gotten just great defense here, and the one time they threaten us, we get the stop when we need it, and it was just when you get a shutout in the first half, it's easy to kind of rest on your laurels and say, yeah, we stuffed them. They didn't get anything going. They didn't score in the first half. Well, they're over there making adjustments.
Yes.
they may come out in the second half and say, you know what, they keep reacting up to all these short passes we're throwing. Let's go ahead and double move them. Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and run a stop and go, a hitch and go. You know what? We're gonna act like we're blocked, because they did have a lot of success running those outside screens.
They did.
So their receiver blocks out, and the outside receiver comes in and catches the ball at the line of scrimmage and gets 4 to 8 yards. Well, now the guy who usually goes out and blocks, he shows block, and he goes straight down the field, and we're coming up because we're assuming they're going to run the same play,
right,
and we could be in trouble. But, those are the types of things you have to be aware of. And I'm sure our guys are coached up on that and are ready for it. But I'm just saying, from the other side, they've got to do something to
get a spark.
Get a spark. Have a big play like we've had, because we haven't just run it down their throats or thrown it all over the field on them. We've had sparks. We've had big plays that have gotten us on the board.
And I think you're 100% right. And the defense has done a good job so far. I think, trying to play a little bit of zone to give the quarterback, we saw a lot of the dinks and the dunks, a 5-yard pass here, a screen play here, really because defense is giving them that, especially towards that offside where Warner isn't. He's playing the man coverage on number 1 out there. But towards that other side is a lot of zone coverage looks. So, I think they're prepared for that. Hopefully kind of translate that into the next half as well by staying home and making sure that no big plays happen.
A lot of times zone is easier to play those short screens out there, because if your man goes out to block, you go with him, and then that guy gets blocked. So 2 guys are on 1, and they have a guy running free. Whereas then if you soften it up and play a little zone behind that, a lot of times that part of an offensive scheme isn't as dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes total sense, and you got to expect that. They're in the locker room too. They just got an earful, I'm sure, about what changes they need to make in terms of the Pflugerville side. Stony Point defensively looking very, very strong, pitching another shutout half. So we'll see if that continues. We're going to take one more quick break here before we bring you the action. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in this halftime show. It looks like Pflugerville is already in their tunnel, so they are, or maybe they're not, can't see them. They're getting warmed up outside of the tunnel. We're going to bring you a few words from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
I've always wanted an EV, but until I saw the sleek Ford Mach-E, I didn't know just how exhilarating it could be to drive one. The Mach-E is the perfect balance between power and utility. And with features like adaptive cruise control, in-dash entertainment screen, and lane monitoring, my daily commute to training is effortless. If you're looking to make the move to the Mach-E, visit Covert Ford in Austin, where you'll become part of the family. covertford.com.
If you're looking for a special medical spa to bring out the beauty that's in you, come visit us at Ginger Allure Med Spa. At Ginger Allure, we treat our staff and patients like family. We're here to embrace, enhance, and showcase your natural beauty with a full range of services such as injectables, laser treatments, permanent makeup, microblading, and more. We provide free consultations for all of our services to answer any of your questions. Visit us online at gingerallure.com or give us a call at 512-709-0161. Ginger Allure Med Spa, the classic approach to a new you.
Are you looking for a little something extra to get your business noticed? At Ideal Signs, they specialize in custom signage and large format digital printing in a variety of media. Their in-house design department can work with you to create custom artwork to your specifications. They'll work with you to conceptualize, design, and produce any custom projects or idea that you might have. Call 512-930-7446 or visit signsforsports.com. Ideal Signs, family owned and operated since 1969.
Longtime McNeil parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at briankerman@remax.net.
So we are back here, folks, and it is a good time because we are seeing the Stony Point Tigers face off against the Pflugerville Panthers. Score here is 13-0. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left before we start the second half of football. And we, as the Stony Point Tigers, had the coin toss earlier tonight, elected to defer after winning the toss. And so now we will see them return the ball here to start off the second half. And, Coach, we just mentioned getting off to a good start here might set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it sure would be nice to come out here, go down, whether it's a quick strike score like we've shown that we're very capable of, or doing kind of what I'm talking about. Just methodically take it down the field, get a few first downs, then break one off and go punch it in. Either way, to go up 20 or 21 to nothing sure would be nice to start this third quarter.
Absolutely, and gives a sense of confidence to that offensive unit and defensive unit as well, because, you know, confidence is a huge thing. Momentum in the game obviously can switch on a dime, so getting on top and kind of just putting your foot on the neck and just continuing to put the foot on the gas in terms of the pressure of scoring and making it hard on your opponent. So we're looking to see the Stony Point Tigers kind of jump out here in their next, as they look in the tunnel, look to get into the tunnel. Sorry, we're trying to get you the feed there. So Stony Point Tigers tunnel looking all blown up and ready to go. We'll probably start to see them come out in a second here. 2 minutes left in this halftime show before we get to the action.
Yeah, the boys are ready to go. The Panthers are getting fired up on their side. You see a little bumping on their deal, and when they come out, we'll have a pretty good idea how this is going to start off here in the second half. You know, we've only got a minute and a half before we start the second half, but once we get going, if our guys can come out and really lay it on them, I think we can really make a statement and clear things up for the remaining part of this game.
Yeah, Coach, I think so too. We're going to see them come out here in a second. And Coach, what are some things that, you know, you're telling these folks right before? Did you ever give any pregame speeches or anything like that?
Well, my speeches would be essentially with the offensive players. The defensive coordinator would have all the guys that were going to focus on defense that night. He would be in one part of the locker room, and I would have all the offensive players in another part of the offense. And during that time is when we would go over every single scenario, just making sure we're all on the same page before we get things going.
Absolutely, and here comes Pflugerville Panthers as they walk out onto the field, looking to try to capitalize on some offensive movements on their side, but ultimately we are going to see Stony Point again come out, and here comes Werner and again Cook doing their handshake. I gotta say, I love seeing that. It's very cool, and they're running out right now looking very pumped up. So obviously got a lot going for this team right now as they're up 13-0 against the Pflugerville Panthers.
Yeah, they're ready to go, Zach. These guys are ready to go. We're going to make this thing happen here in the second half. We need to go to 2-1 before we start district play. Our boys are ready, and I'm ready to see it.
Absolutely, yeah. 2-1 before district play. District starts off with a bang again against the Vandergrift Vipers. They went to state last year and have been on a tear so far this year in terms of their non-district games. But we're getting geared up. We have a game here. We have another half of football. The defense for Stony Point has done a fantastic job keeping the Pflugerville Panthers outside of the end zone tonight. And now we get to see the offense take the field to start it off.
Yeah, let's get a good return right here to get things going, and maybe we can get things rolling from the very beginning like we were talking about.
Absolutely, and so we'll have Warner back to return. Looks like he is going to be joined by number 12, Andrew Gomez. So the two returners have been involved a lot tonight. Warner on the defensive side, and then Gomez obviously had that long touchdown. So a few, like I said, big plays, 65-yard touchdown from Kenneth Calbus to Andrew Gomez, and then a big, I think it was like a 50-yard run for Andrew Hill to set up that score. So great job by the offensive unit so far. We're going to get a kick here, first kickoff from Pflugerville tonight.
Yeah, they're going to kick it off, and our deep guys are down to the 10, so we're not expecting a deep kick.
Not expecting a deep kick for sure. Everybody, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. iHSFAN is bringing you all the Round Rock ISD action presented by Covert Ford all season long. We have a good list of games going on tonight, Westwood and Cedar Ridge, including our game as well. So here comes the kick. Start us off is a pooch kick out to the 30. It is returnable by Hunter Alvarado. No, that's Boyson. As Talon Boyson takes the ball there.
Well, we were right. They didn't try and kick it deep to us. I'm not so sure I'd like to kick it deep to those two guys back there either.
Absolutely, and apologies. That was Alex Freeman on the return tight end there. So 17 and 18 look awfully similar up here for some reason. But looking down at the field, we have Andrew Hill taking the backfield position, Andrew Gomez to the top of the screen, and you have Freeman going motion, snap here to Hill, and met in the backfield by number 55, Sonny Davis for Pflugerville Panthers. So obviously a big threat there, has been involved a lot all night tonight and does so on the first play of the second half. So second down and about 11 here to go.
Well, the one thing I said we needed to get addressed sure didn't show up right there.
So twins on both sides of your screen. Freeman goes in motion. Kenneth Calbus throws it out to Tristan Rhymes. Just a dink pass again, taking it what they give you, and right there, light coverage on the bottom side of your screen. So easy throw for Kenneth Calbus and a great catch by Rhymes.
Yeah, and that DB can't get too tied up on Tristan because he's already shown that he can run by people.
Absolutely, and that's Kieran McFrazier guarding him, number 1. And there we go. Andrew Hill out to the outside again, breaking tackles. A flag is thrown in the backfield. It's going to be a tough call as Andrew Hill got the 3rd and 1, first down with a lot more, but I believe this will be coming back. Block in the back more than likely, but we'll see the call.
Well, the Panthers had all 11 guys within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage right there. So they've decided they're going to bring folks and play man coverage. So whatever man beaters we have in our passing game are probably going to show up here, Zach.
Yeah, that seemed to be the case for them so far. I've seen a lot of blitzing from this unit, Pflugerville, trying to just get to the quarterback or get to the backfield as quickly as possible. And it has, worked in our favor where, big plays do occur because everybody is in the backfield. There's no one really left to make the play down the field. So, again, Kenneth Calbus takes the snap next to Andrew Hill. Here comes the snap. And he's got plenty of time back there. Delivers a good ball, but nothing there, and hoping for a flag here, but no flag comes out. So a quick 3 and out here for Stony Point, all because of a penalty.
Yeah, we got the time we needed right there, just didn't get the separation we were hoping for.
So, again, Kenneth Calbus was looking for Andrew Gomez across the middle, who had that touchdown. Looked like almost the same route, but
just overthrew him a little bit, Zach. They may come back to that. It was a good design. It looked like it was going to be a a big hitter, and he just overthrew him a little bit.
And a great bounce here.
How about this one, huh?
Yeah, no kidding, Coach. That is an amazing bounce. Noah Lopez and Coach Cheshire looks fired up down there about that. Or maybe not that's Coach Cheshire, but one of the coaches for Stony Point looking fired up down there about that kick. So defensively, starting off in a great spot here, down on the opposing team's 4-yard line.
Well, defensively, we got to be pretty happy. On the other side, this is not what they wanted. No. Tough sledding in the first half for them, then to come out here, get the stop they need, and then they have to start on their own 4-yard line.
Oh, yeah, have to start deep in their own territory here. So Shane Warner playing back, and again, here comes that screenplay that we've seen all first half, and gain of about 4 on the play. So again, a quick throw, and it just gets it out to his man, lets something work with it. But that tackle was made by Sawyer as well as Heeson Yang, who was in on the action.
Yeah, I'm not the one to ask about being on our 4-yard line and throwing a screen out there, because that's not really what I was a big
Yeah, you leave a lot
fan of doing.
You leave a lot to chance on a screen, because especially one that's close to being considered a fumble if it is not caught, right? I mean, quarterback is throwing essentially parallel with himself. If he throws it behind at any rate, that is a fumble if it's not catch. So very risky.
Or if one of the stalkers out there, one of the blockers misses a block, instead of being out there having a fumble in the middle of the field, you're doing that on your own 5-yard line.
Yeah, absolutely. So quarterback takes a snap, again, finds his man, who makes a good play, stiff arm, and is taken down on the side by Dawson Sawyer, again making the play. He's been involved quite a bit tonight, Coach, number 13, from that bandit kind of rover position almost.
He's had to, because of what the Panthers are doing. Again, Taylor's not afraid to just throw it out there for a 5-8 yard gain, and I'm really impressed that he's able to stay composed enough to continue to try and do that.
Absolutely, and seeing that is very true, Coach. So we have trips to the bottom of the screen here. Man in motion, jets back out, and fake screen, kind of what we talked about, Coach, and finally gets dragged down. Hunter Alvarado was first to make contact, but Caden Cook makes the tackle there. And on that play, number 4 is Christian Bauman, who's been involved quite a bit tonight for the Pflugerville Panthers. Okay,
this is not what we were talking about happening as far as the tempo and the vibe of the game. Right now, they've got a little bit going. We need to slow things down.
And here comes another big screenplay. This is to number 24, who takes the ball down, taken down by Isaiah Cantrell, but gets enough for about a 16-yard gain there. That is number 24, Rendon Miller, for the Pflugerville Panthers, making that long play. So we have twins to the top and bottom of the screen in ace formation here. Taylor taking a second to get the play call in. Here we go. Here comes the snap. And it has plenty of time, escapes the pocket, and is met in the backfield with pressure. Again, Isaiah Cantrell, excuse me, making him kind of rethink things and just throw that ball into the feet of his defender.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a pretty common thing all year, Zach. It's shown up quite a bit with Cantrell, and I think that's going to be an issue for folks all year.
No kidding. These defensive players for Stony Point, while this drive has been on for a minute here, they've been doing a good job of getting off the field. So 2nd down and about 10 for the Pflugerville Panthers. And here, again, staying in that twin formation, that ace formation, quarterback throws the ball, and it looks like a flag comes out, so we might see a penalty on the Panthers, maybe going in the opposite direction. So We'll see if the coach declines this one. We saw a decline penalty earlier and forced 3rd down and 10, or if he takes the extra penalty yardage.
Well, being that they're as far as they are, I'd be surprised if we didn't take it.
Almost taking it, from a potential field goal to obviously not being able to make that field goal happen 10 yards further back,
No, that's going to be 15 with an illegal chop.
Yep. So truly a tough blow to this Panther offense as they were moving. But for Stony Point, a nice break. So 2nd down and about 25 yards right there. So
now one of the good things, Zach, sorry to interrupt you, but now one of the good things is the thing that's gotten them here and the thing they're so good at, they can't really do that for the next 2 plays. They're going to have to open it up a little bit.
And here comes a screen. So going right back to it and getting about 20 yards there. So making a manageable 3rd down and 5 here for the Panthers, almost getting all of that back. But still, 3rd down here for the defense. Would love to see some pressure here, maybe getting to the quarterback, but, potentially seeing a run from the offense.
Yeah, they got 2 downs to get it. I'm sure that's what they're saying over there.
So 3rd down here, 7 minutes in, about 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Snap is there, and ball is out, completed, and gets leveled by Caden Cook out there. But enough for the 1st down, and that is Bauman, again, making a play for this Pflugerville offense.
Just a quick out. He hits him, and he gets out of 1 tackle and then takes one in the chops afterwards.
Got to be prepared as a receiver to just, especially going to the middle. Right there, it wasn't over the middle, but getting prepared to, take a hit after you get the ball is definitely tough. So snap here, handoff, and nothing doing on that one. So great tackle. And I believe that's Sawyer again. So Daniel Sawyer being able to show that he can stick his nose in there and make a tough hit.
Okay. Although it's been a long drive for him, we're still not giving up the big play, Zach. And that's really, really good for what we've got going defensively.
They have not given up a big play yet. It is 2nd down and about 10. We see man-to-man coverage to the top of the screen here, and throw to the bottom of towards that softer zone coverage is not going to be enough for the first. So it will be 3rd down and about 1 for the Panthers here. And coach, this defense has got to be a bit tired. They've been out there for a while on this drive, and it just seems to continue to go. But a chance to potentially get them to a field goal situation here. But we did see a stop earlier in the first half, kind of close to the goal line. So we might see something else similar here.
Yeah, we've got to. They're taking their time right now, bringing the play in. They're going to have to hurry things up a little bit.
So Taylor takes the ball, and it's a direct snap to him. He looks to bowl over, and Cantrell there again to make the stop, but not enough for the 1st down. So a design keeper kind of power quarterback run there gets the Panthers into the goal to go zone. So 1st and goal to go.
Taylor's a load. He's not a little rascal. He's a big old kid.
Especially for a sophomore. Typically sophomores kind of look the part, but he definitely looks a bit more filled out. So here we go. Tight formation, takes the snap, kind of designed throw pass, but able to get into the end zone. Fumbles the ball before getting it, and it looks like, I'm not sure what the call is here.
It's a touchback. We got to stop right here, Zach.
We just got to stop. A touchback on the play, the last second. Coach, that was incredible. A great play by the defense there to get the stop. So offense gets to go on the field. Coach, can you tell us what just happened there?
Yeah, I think right there it got punched out right before. I'm looking at the replay on the screen, and it's going to get punched out. as he's trying to reach forward, it comes out of his hands and goes out of bounds. That's a touchback.
So a bailout from
probably 1 yard from taking away the shutout in the third quarter we got going.
No kidding. So, anyways, Stony Point gets out of one there, but unfortunately just met in the backfield. There's not much doing right now. This defensive front, and that was number 0, Donnie Wright, just really doing a good job messing up the flow of the pace for this offense.
Yeah, that's not the first time we've had issues of them getting in the backfield. I'm just not shocked, but I'm surprised we can't get a little bit more going with our running game right now.
Yeah, it seems to be between the tackles and just getting some, something outside of the tackles, but got to get there first. So Kennick dropping back to pass here has plenty of time and delivers a good ball, but just a little bit overthrown there. Good coverage there by number 1, Kieran McFrazier, who has been on both sides of the ball tonight. He's been kind of faced and shadowed by Werner on defensively. So 3rd down and about 13. Stony Point not helping their defense out by making, potentially a quick drive here. So they need to get a first down after the defense was out there for a long, long drive.
Yeah, that sure would be helpful if we could just get 1 first down. It would mean a world of difference to the defense.
And also just get things going. Here comes Pflugerville. They're showing pressure. And Kennick throws the ball just too quick in terms of getting back there. Not enough time to really make a play. And tough call there because obviously we had to go for a deeper pass. But unfortunately, we were unable to make it happen. So we're going to take a quick short break here. We'll be right back into the action in 1 second.
Visit Maze Street Boutique in Round Rock for all your shopping needs. Whether you're looking for a special gift or that perfect outfit that everyone will love, we have you covered. Come visit us in-store or shop us online at mazestreet.com. We appreciate your business and thank you for shopping local. Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. With stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's.
Here we go.
Yep, we're back, and here's the punt, and is it a good punt again over the head of Pflugerville and takes a friendly Stony Point Tiger bounce, getting down to about the 28-yard line there. So
great job of getting that off and flipping the field for us. We're backed up, and he gets a good punt off. The young man, I didn't catch his number, but he did not come up and field the ball, so we got a roll, and it added some distance there, so they're going to have the ball on about the 28-yard line to get things started.
And, Coach, going back to this last drive for Pflugerville, it got to be a disappointment, driving the ball down, almost getting in and just, fumbling. So, they're definitely hoping for a different result. Stony Point, although out there making the stop, has to come out again after a long drive. They're hoping to get off the field here quick. So Taylor takes the ball and nothing really doing, just kind of dumps it out. No reception was made, so that ball bounces harmlessly to the floor. Good coverage downfield and good pressure by Cantrell again, getting in the face of the quarterback.
Yeah, that was ran him off his spot and then had great coverage on that ball right there.
And that's almost a coverage sack. He obviously wasn't sacked, but, coverage down there can make a quarterback, go through his reads and almost get a sense of panic if he can't find anything open. Then he's either got to tuck and run, throw it away, or get sacked. So quarterback Taylor has trips down to the bottom of the screen, sends a man in motion, and takes the ball and almost gets hit. And good defense by Werner. Werner gets called, though, for pass interference, it looks like, but it was very, very close in terms of them fighting for that ball. So I'm not sure which way it's going to go. More than likely it's going to be against Stony Point, though.
naked eye from up here, it sure looked like good coverage.
And that's such a tough thing. You know, you put almost the ref in a position to where they have to, you know, make a judgment call, and sometimes you know, they can put on the spot. But we'll see here. It looks like they're going to be applying the penalty from the spot where the ball was originally at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be a first down situation here. Gain of 15 yards on the penalty. So first down for Stony Point, not Stony Point, Pflugerville. Tigers tonight have had a trove of penalties on both sides of the ball, definitely aiding Pflugerville. That will be something that will be cleaned up before district play. So trips to the top side of your screen here, man in motion, and that screen play is thrown again. This time, good coverage outside by Lucas Garcia, as he's able to fend off his blocker and try to make a stop. So first time that play has been kind of stopped for a loss in a while.
You know, Zach, that's the play I was talking about down on the goal line. Had that happened back on their own 4-yard line, that'd be pretty dicey. Our corner played that off great and was real physical with the stalk and put their receiver in a bad spot.
So play comes in from the sideline here for Pflugerville Panthers. And quarterback is joined with two backs, pistol formation, handoff to number 24. Gets a couple blocks here and takes it down to about the 49, depending on the spot, 49-yard line. So this will bring up third down and about 5 here towards the middle field. An opportunity for the Stony Point defense to get off the field. Not sure what they're going to come out here with, Coach, but they've been going screens almost all game. I almost be wanting to expect that, or at least, you know, a 5-yard dink pass. So maybe wanting to press up a little bit on the offense.
Yeah, let's see how we line up on defense, and we'll have a pretty good idea where, well, our safety screwed down a little bit on this one.
Yep.
So
ball gets taken by Taylor. He does not get enough for the first down, only gets about a yard. That power run play worked really well down on the closer to the goal line, but right there it gets stuffed. So fourth down, big decision here for Pflugerville.
2 yards to go on the plus 49. I'm really thinking there's not much decision. He's going to go for it, and they really need this. And if we get a stop right here and can get our defense off the field, we're in great shape.
So a minute and 39 seconds here. Oh, and we do have a false start. Definitely saw some movement on the offensive line before the touch. So we will see them back up a little bit here. And, Coach, you know.
Now it's a little different. Now it's 4th and 7. So now there's a little thinking about what you're going to have to do. But 4th and 2 on the plus 49. You're down 13, a minute and a half left in the third period. I think it's a no-brainer that he's going to go for it. But now that it's 4th and 7, I don't know. You know, they're still in it. Their coach is thinking, we're still in it. Our defense is playing great. We just need a couple more chances.
Now we see punter unit come out onto the field. A couple good punts so far, and almost gets blocked right there. Sky-high punt will not be returned, and it'll be downed around at the 30-yard line. So on that play, that false start, you know, you practice that as an offense, going on a hard 2 count to try to get the defense to jump off sides. The hard part is staying home and not jumping the gun. And it's tough because, you know, if you're going on a one cadence all game, then you get used to it and you get tired and you just jump. So obviously coaching point for Pflugerville, but this gives the chance for Stony Point, again, to get on the field. Now we have a trips local form handoff outside to Hill. Hill gets the lane and is able to make something happen with it. Gains about 30 yards there. So we've seen that work plenty tonight, the outside little runs. So I think that's essentially where they need to lean into for success. And our first down of the second half, Coach, comes with a minute left in the third quarter.
Yeah, at the beginning it looks like just a downhill off-tackle play, and he bounces it, and he's got the wheels to get out there. Not when they come running scot-free through like that, though.
So, yes, exactly. It's hard to establish the run game when getting met in the backfield has felt like a constant battle tonight for these running backs, especially Andrew Hill. So Andrew Hill doing obviously everything he can to carry this team in terms of running the ball. But good thing is we do see Kenneth Callis taking the field again. He was a little bit slow to get up on the last drive, but good to see him in again. So handoff fake to Calvis. Calvis takes it and runs with it and gets about 8-9 yards down the field. Will be almost enough for a first down. 3rd down and 1 situation for him.
Yeah, he obviously wasn't hurt too bad because he came back and he's good to go.
There it is, folks. We do have the 4th quarter upon us. And 3 quarters, this defense has pitched a shutout. Almost let up a touchdown, but had a fumble come out. So it is the witching hour. It is the 4th quarter for the Tigers and Panthers here in Austin, Texas. We are at Kelly Reeves, where it is still a blistering 97 degrees outside. It is almost 9 o'clock, so we have got no relief. But Coach and I think everybody in the Austin area is unbelievably excited, a little too excited for some 80-degree weather next week.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone's going to complain if a practice gets rained out or anything like that. There's a chance we're going to have rain next week, and how crazy is that to think, we haven't even seen that for a while. Perhaps
it's been brutal, but I know these kids have definitely dealt with most of that, being out in the heat for the whole month of August and pads and all that good stuff. So 3rd down and 1. We do see Kenneth Calvis take the snap and hands off to Andrew Hill, who does not get the first down. So unfortunately creates a 4th down and 4th down and 2 situation where it's a big decision time, kind of close to field goal range maybe for Lopez, but
might be another quarterback situation. And looky here.
Yep,
we just talked about that, Zach. There are things that they want to do with him. Let's see where they go with this
and see who they run behind here. So, yeah, we have Aiden Green taking the snap here. He is a senior quarterback and has been mostly involved in running the ball here. So he takes the snap and is able to get the first down. So that is just enough. He gets just what he needs, and that is a great spot for the Stony Point Tigers as they get the first down on 4th and 2, a gutsy play call, and it works out just enough. And, Coach, he needed 2 yards. He got 2 1/4.
Yeah, he got just enough.
So Calvis back in the game, and he is joined by Andrew Hill to his side. So, moving the ball here a little bit more, running the ball with a read option, it looks like, again, for Kenneth Calvis. Gets about a yard here. So the run game isn't coming easy for the Tigers, but they have been able to move the ball a little bit here more towards the closer end of the game.
Those 2 defensive tackles have been part of the issue tonight for Pflugerville.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've been a big part of the problem tonight.
Ito and Sonny Davis, both very big and tough to move down there. So Kenneth has joined a dual running back set, fake handoff, and gets about another 2-yard gain there. So bringing up a 3rd and about 5 from the 30-yard line. And apologies, that was not Kenneth. That was Aiden Green. They were 5 and 6, so very similar up here. But Aiden Green able to get some tough yardage there. He's been called upon. You got to be ready anytime the coach needs you. So we do have an ace formation here, running back out to the right side. Kenneth takes the ball and rolls out. He has a man open and gets the ball completed to Andrew Gomez. Man, he fit that in a tight window, Coach.
Yeah, he did. Little sprint out action to the short side of the field, and good job by the receiver to get just enough separation. Quarterback puts it on the money. Not much room. That was great coverage. Just a great coverage and a better ball and catch right there.
Of course. So we do see the clock ticking here. It obviously stopped as the out of bounds happened, but 9 minutes and 43 seconds left in this game. The Tigers are moving the ball in a good pace here. So Andrew Hill, again, gets outside almost. He almost escaped the reach of the defender there and is able to kind of do it, but it gets met with a few other Panthers on the play. And it looks like we do have a timeout on the field, so it might be a quick one. We have seen a few cramps tonight on both sides. Again, it is almost 9 o'clock with it being close to 100 degrees outside still. And that was a quick timeout.
Well, there was no timeout. One of their boys was laying down, looked like he was going to have a hard time getting up. He popped up with his little help from his teammate, and so there was no timeout called.
So we have Twins to the top side of your screen and tight end formation here. And Hill gets dancing through the line, is able to move the ball down to the 1 yard line. He did a little move there. Just, he's so much smaller than a few of those big defenders down there. He's able to just dance around them and has a really good run through the middle of that defense, something we have not seen tonight.
Right inside, once he bounces it.
So now we have a first down and 1 with 1 yard to go to get a touchdown. And that is Aiden Green in there. And he scores the QB touchdown. So it is now 20-0. And Stony Point showing that they're not stopping. They're going to continue to put it on. And the Panthers definitely have now a very tough road ahead of them if they want to come back and claw themselves back into this game.
Yeah, they're reeling a little bit right now. They had been getting all the stops they needed, and we finally get a little traction running the football.
And so Calbus comes out here for 2, and we do have a flag here on the play. False start indicated by the line judge. So we'll be moving them back just a bit here, about 10 yards. Now, maybe have to go for 2 in the situation, depending on your field goal kicker. But I think Lopez has been pretty solid this year, so I'm not sure if we will see the 2-point conversion again, but offense is staying on the field, so we will.
Well, it'd be nice to make it 21 right here, Zach. That way they give themselves a little bit of leeway.
So they will take the snap from the 8-yard line. Kennick rolls out to his right and is met in the backfield for the sack by number 0. That is Donnie Wright, who's been involved quite a bit tonight. Also in all the play was Brandon Bradshaw for the Panthers. So a score here, 19-0, no 2-point conversion, but Aiden Green coming in on that drive, and I think he got a total of 4 yards, but they were the most important 4 yards on the play. Touchdown and 2-yard gain for the 4th down to turn into a first down for the team to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, that was a huge conversion for the Tigers. And, sometimes you ask one of your players to do something over and over, and a lot of times they feel, well, I'm not as big a part. Obviously, he knows he's a big part of this team, and he's a big part of what they're going to do this season. Because there are times they've shown 3 weeks in a row that it's important to be able to put him in to get short yardage situations.
And he's one of the senior leaders on the team, obviously there for Kennick to kind of, ask questions. How does some things work? Aiden has, as a senior, and Kennick is only a sophomore, so definitely has some knowledge shared. It's always a unique situation when you have an upperclassman kind of being able there to support the younger classmen as they, kind of trial through first varsity season.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I've seen young guys who are leaders. I've seen young guys who need leaders. I've seen seniors who need young guys to take them by the hand. So it looks like it's a good relationship and partnership those two have.
So now, again, we have the Stony Point defense coming out here. Under 9 minutes to play here. Looks like a timeout by the Panthers. So let's take a short break here, and we'll be right back with all the action.
Visit Maze Street Boutique in Round Rock for all your shopping needs. Whether you're looking for a special gift or that perfect outfit that everyone will love, we have you covered. Come visit us in-store or shop us online at mazestreet.com. We appreciate your business and thank you for shopping local.
So now we are back awaiting the return to play here. Timeout called by the Panthers, and 2 left for them, and they have a good amount of way to kind of claw themselves back into the game, so to speak, here against the Tigers. But they have to get through this great Stony Point defense, who has been able to pitch a shutout. When this Pflugerville offense, against MacLeod, put up against, for 27 points, and against Leander put up 28. So, nothing to, be short of. Proud of yourself as Stony Point defense. This is an offense that can score.
No doubt. As long as it's not the third quarter against Stony Point, most everybody can score.
All right, so Taylor takes the ball and has a deep ball right down the field. Throws it towards the referee, just a little bit too much outside, but he did have his man running down the sideline free, and Warner was in coverage, just trailing a short yard behind him. But tough throw. I mean, Taylor, young guy, is able to whip it out there.
Yeah, arm strength I don't think is the problem for Cole Taylor.
And as a sophomore, playing last year as a freshman at varsity must have been a huge step. Obviously, his father is the coach, but still very young. Most people don't start their varsity careers till their sophomore year or even junior or senior year. So as a freshman, that must be a crazy feeling. He takes his snap here, looks over the middle, and finds his man, but he is popped by Caden Cook, who is the hard-hitting, strong safety for this unit.
Yeah, that's the kind of attention you need to give receivers when they catch them right in front of you. Let them know that, hey, you may catch that 8-yard ball, but I'm going to let you know about it. Good job by the receiver to keep his hands on the ball.
Absolutely. So that creates a third down situation. Good tackle right there. So third down at about 2. And 8 minutes and 18 seconds left in this game. Stony Point looking to make a stop. So Taylor has a man open down the middle to number 4 and is taken down, believe by, that's Yang and also Sawyer. So Yang and Sawyer in on the action again. This defensive unit is very solid, as we see number 50, Jordan Garcia, come off the field, and Xavier Bello onto the field as well. So Bello and Chime Onyaka are the defensive linemen, joined by Iverson Collins. And here comes the snap. Taylor drops back, has a man open, but just overthrows both of his players. Maybe just wanted to get the ball out of his hands, as there was nothing there. So good coverage by the defense there on the back end.
For whatever reason, it didn't look like they were on the same page right there. I don't know what happened right there with the route and the quarterback, but you could tell that they've been on the same page quite a bit tonight and what's expected. But right there, it seems like there's a little bit of confusion.
And flag on the play might be an offsides by Stony Point. But a huge hit. Oh, my goodness. Shane Warner coming in like a missile right there, get a big pop on the player. And we might have to take a timeout here. So we'll get the call, but we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
If you're looking for a special medical spa to bring out the beauty that's in you, come visit us at Ginger Allure Med Spa. At Ginger Allure, we treat our staff and patients like family. We're here to embrace, enhance, and showcase your natural beauty with a full range of services such as injectables, laser treatments, permanent makeup, microblading, and more. We provide free consultations for all of our services to answer any of your questions. Visit us online at gingerallure.com or give us a call at 512-709-0161. Ginger Allure Med.
That's a great word from my sponsors. So iHSFAN Network, presented by Covert Ford. We are here at Kelly Reeves Athletic complex in Austin, Texas, looking to see your Stony Point Tigers take away the win against the Panthers. We do have a lot more work to be done, as there is 7 minutes and 34 seconds left in this game. But right now, we did get a penalty on that play, offsides, giving the Panthers a 5-yard gain. So 2nd and 5 here. Handoff from Taylor to number 24. And number 24 is Ryder Miller, taken down by number 50, Jordan Garcia, on the play. So defensive line making the play. So it is a 3rd down and about 3 from the 46-yard line here, 47-yard line. Defense is ready to get off the field, but this, it's going to be four down territory for the Panthers all going forward for the rest of the game.
No doubt. We looked at it earlier, and going the other way, we ran into this same scenario. Let's see what happens on this 3rd down.
Yeah, Taylor takes the ball, hands it off again to Miller. Miller gets about a yard, so takes it to the 45-yard line. Creates a 4th and 1. So, yeah, it will be short. 4th and 1 situation. And, we'll see if they maybe go for that, try to get the defense to jump off sides again. But that did not work out the last time and made the team go from a 4th and 2 to a 4th and 7, ultimately punt the ball instead of go for it. So here's the snap. And Taylor takes the ball, and it is stuffed. We do see a flag on the play. I really don't know what it might be, but it comes right at the line of scrimmage from the back judge. We'll see what the call is, but puzzling throw. So potentially is a false start looking like. No word yet. Coach, do you know what that penalty was?
I wasn't looking, Zach.
It was this motion.
I'm trying to. That motion looks like someone's got a big belly.
Yeah.
Saying it's something. I wasn't even looking. I was trying to get the kids' reactions on the sideline because
they're going crazy.
They're pretty excited down there right now, as they should be.
And nonetheless, penalty does affect the 4th down situation. Ultimately turns the ball over. He would not have gotten the 1st down either way. So Kenneth Calbus sends a man in motion. Andrew Gomez. The ball is tipped. And he's picked up right off of the snap. So, and that was Aiden Green at quarterback. So the snap gets hit as Andrew Gomez comes across. I guess it hit his body and is picked up by defensive lineman who scooped it up miraculously and is able to just tumble and stumble all the way down to about the 20-yard line here.
Okay,
15.
we just need to reset right here and get a stop.
Exactly.
Because that's just one of those things that's terrible to happen, and you don't want it to happen with your offense. But defense has played so well tonight. They deserve to get a stop right here.
Absolutely, and it is this tough situation because that is just a tough mistake and a tough blow, but ultimately gives Pflugerville a chance to put something on the board here. And Stony Point just got after them on that play. So defensively showing a little bit of extra spirit here on that front, just manhandling the offensive line for Pflugerville. And so we might see a flag here, but no call for intentional grounding. Should have been a call, but there's no flag on the field, so we might not be seeing it. And Warner is going to talk to the referee on the on the back judge and to see if he's got anything to say about it. But, Coach, under 6 minutes left.
And the flag is dropped.
Yep, there it is. So we do see a intentional grounding call, and it will be a caused by that defensive front that just rushed in there. The quarterback had nowhere to go with it and just I said, I don't want to take a sack. I don't want to get hit. I'm just going to throw it away. I don't care about the penalty.
Yeah, and that's really one of the only times I've seen just a young mistake right there. Sometimes you just have to throw it away out of bounds, and if you can't do that, you just eat it and go on to the next play.
So it makes it a bit of a sticky situation for Pflugerville as they take the ball as it is a 2nd and 20. So Taylor throws the ball again over the middle. Was that caught? It does not look like – it does look like it was caught, almost bobbled, but he does come up with the ball, and it creates a 3rd down and about 9 situation from the 15-yard line. So either way, they are in a good field position here, but defensively – we're bringing in an extra D lineman here. So Andrew Garcia comes in. Jordan Garcia comes in, and at number 30 for the team comes out Bryce Minkin. So handoff, and gets stuffed immediately in the backfield. Great tackle, and that is number 9. I believe that's number 9, Iverson Collins. So he has not been called on too much tonight, but makes a huge effort play right there to force a 4th down and 12, backing him up 3 yards from the spot of the original line of scrimmage on that play.
4th downs have been tough on the Panthers.
A couple penalties as well as getting stuffed. So, we'll see what they come up with here. But, 4th down situation, this is good for the Stony Point defense in terms of being able to stop them and continue the shutout, but need to get a stop here. So snap comes, and Taylor over the middle gets stopped, and let's see the penalty. Oh, it does come out late. There is a late penalty call that does come out. Probably too late on that one, but ultimately it does come out, and it looks like it will be a bailout call for Pflugerville as they will get the ball a lot closer here.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been so awkward had he have thrown it a lot sooner to make us think that it's real obvious he was there early, because obviously he grabbed jersey. But for it to take that long, it kind of changes your idea.
Absolutely. It does, because you're thinking, what did you really see? And ultimately, nonetheless, we did see another late penalty call on the previous play, which is the intentional grounding. So kind of tit for tat there. 1st down, nonetheless, and goal to go. And here comes Taylor. Throws the ball out wide, and it is dropped. Incomplete pass. And that's where it gets kind of sticky situation. If, that receiver is behind the quarterback, potentially could be a fumble. But 4 minutes and 23 seconds left. Clock continues to tick. No matter what, this defense is doing a good job, making that clock continue to go. Even though they are pushing the ball down the field, defense is still there.
Yeah, they're making them take so much time that it changes the whole dynamic of the game. Whether we get a stop here or they execute and punch it in, the game is completely changed because of all the time our defense has made them take to take the ball down here.
Absolutely. This defense is getting into it. They're excited. Yang is over there saying that he is strapped in all of these offensive receivers tonight and doing a good job there, creating nowhere for the quarterback to go. So it creates another 3rd down situation for this defense. And, clock ticked off there, 4 minutes and 19 seconds left. And we will see the timeout here called by, I believe, the Panthers. So they will have 1 timeout left for the rest of this game. I'm not sure if the Tigers will be using any of their timeouts through the rest of the game, but ultimately there's only about 4 minutes and 19 seconds left. So if the Tigers are able to get a 1st down, the game should be close to being done, given the fact that Pflugerville only has 1 timeout left.
Zach, I am pretty certain right now the coaches are down there telling them, you know what, you've worked all this time. Let's not give up that goose egg right now. Let's go ahead and get this stop right here, and we can call it a night defensively.
Yep, you get off the field here, and you are done for the night. Get ready for district play next week against Vandergrift. So, a big week coming up for the Panthers, and all these schools that in the area will be starting district play. A few not, but Pflugerville is definitely going to be happy to be playing 5A schools going back into their district, but a tough district with Weiss in there, as well as Hendrickson and a few other really good schools. Third down here. Taylor takes the snap, looking to pass, has a man right in his face, and just throws the ball into the ground. But Cantrell was almost there, could have made a play on it if the ball had been a little bit higher in the air, but it creates a fourth down situation. So fourth down, these Stony Point Tigers want to get off the field right now.
Yeah, offense, get ready. I know they're all ready to go. Let's see what happens right here. One play that can pretty much ice the game for us. I'm not saying it's over, but we get a stop right here. We've got they've only got one timeout, and we can run a lot of clock.
Yep, and so tonight, student section is alive and ready. It is camo night or camouflage night, so they're blending in well to each other. But it is a great job for the Stony Point, as I believe another timeout is called by Panthers. So they're going all in right here. It seems as if this is a kind of pride situation where they want to get in for a touchdown and not be shut out tonight. So Stony Point going to do everything in their control to make that happen, happen.
Well, if we get a stop, I feel pretty good about things. If they were to punch it in right here, now you work on some of the things you and I were talking about earlier. You work on them all the time. Let's see if we're ready for them. Well, we're going to have onside kick situation, right? That's going to show up. So let's hope it doesn't. But we got to be ready for it if it does. If I'm the special teams coordinator or one of the coaches down there, I'm saying, hey, make sure we're ready. Get our guys with the best hands. Make sure our hands team is ready.
Yep, hands team needs to be ready. We see Pflugerville come out.
Not if we get a stop right here, Zach.
Yep, and Pflugerville comes out, sends a man in motion. So quarterback drops back to pass, sees somebody there. Ball is batted down, so fourth down stand occurs. Stony Point continues their shutout all game today, and now Kenneth Calabas and the offense has a chance to ice the game. All they really need is a first down and to milk the clock, but ultimately, giving the ball back would not be the worst thing with the given time left. Ultimately, the team, though, needs to get a first down here just to kind of, ice the game completely, and then we can move on to next week. But really good job on that defensive front, Coach.
No doubt. They showed a lot of pride in what they do right there. Easily could have blamed the offense for putting them in a bad spot, but they didn't.
And they've been on the field so much tonight. A core group of guys, not many subs coming in for, the ones that we see down there all the time. So here we go. This is Bolton here. He gets the ball outside, and it looks like I saw a penalty flag maybe drop in. So potential holding call here against Stony Point, which would, put us in a kind of tricky situation as the ball's only at the 6-yard line. So they will be backing up the ball, but it looks like it might be from the spot of the foul. So we will redo first down from the same spot, essentially, just a redo. Play is negated. So here comes the snap, handoff, again outside. And this is Hill again. He's doing a great job just trying to get what he can, moving the ball outside. And he gets about 5 yards here, makes it a manageable 2nd and 5 situation, and keeps the clock moving.
Any other time of the game, he may have tried to put on the burners and try and get to the edge, may have gotten pushed out of bounds or what have you. Not there. He was smart enough to know, I'm going to turn it up inside, stay in bounds. Pretty headsy play.
And and we're going to see a much slower pace here as the clock continues to tick down. 3 minutes and 25 seconds left in this game. Pflugerville, though, defensively, we have seen them, do a lot to make it hard on Stony Point all night tonight. As Kenneth Calabas takes the snap, he hands it off to Andrew Hill, who takes it up for another good gain here. That will be enough for the first down and a little bit more. So there's our first down, Coach, and now play clock will just start ticking.
Yep, the clock's our friend right now.
So the play clock in high school is 35 seconds for each play. So, doing some quick maths here with 3 minutes left, all you need to do is run about 6 plays, 5 plays, and then the game's over. So few more plays here. We have first down and 10 to go for the Tigers. Freeman is sent in motion. Handoff to Hill again, who gets a little bit of room right there. He's just so electric, Coach. Every time he touches the ball, it almost feels like he's got a chance to take the distance.
You just think that when you see any crease there, you think he's going to squirt through and go to the house.
So Bolton comes in, relieves Andrew Hill, who needs some much-needed rest after getting almost 2 first downs there. Second down and 1 situation.
I'd like to think we're not going to put our quarterback in a risky spot to get hit right now.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And so it looks like Xavier Hill, Andrew's brother, is not in pads tonight. So that's probably why we've only seen a 2-headed attack. Anyways, Calbus hands off to Bolton, who looks just like Andrew Hill, electric, almost going to take it the distance and gets the first down. So 2 first downs, 2 runs, and the clock just continues to tick, tick, tick here, Coach.
Yep. Another first down. When we really needed the ground and pound to get going to finish out a game like we were talking about earlier, here's what we were talking about. 3 minutes left to go, and just chew up the time and going to take a knee, let the official know. It's the best play in football right here, Zach.
Victory. Yes, gotta love that formation. You practice this. Every school practices victory formation.
Yeah, it's funny to me. Some schools will do victory formation out of shotgun, and when to me it was always under center, take a step back, take a knee, hand the ball to the nearest official. But there are a lot of quarterbacks and centers who never take snaps under center.
It is a new era of just play, of course. I mean, it makes total sense in high school, but as we see here, always a little bit more risky with that shotgun snap, tending, just because there's, a little bit more risque with the ball being in the air rather than direct snap. But that will do it, folks. Kenneth Collis takes the second knee in a row, and it is – the clock is ticking here. Both teams take the field, though, so 15 seconds is going to tick off the clock, and we're going to sit here with a 19-point victory, 19-0. Defense played an absolutely monster game tonight in terms of keeping the Panthers out of the end zone, and offense did a great job. They did what they needed to do.
Second game, our defense has had a shutout in the second half, right, Zach?
Oh, yep, absolutely. There's been a lot of quarters in this.
Season opener.
A lot of quarters in this 3 games of football that this defense has kept teams out of the end zone all game tonight. 2 quarters in our first game and then 1 quarter last game. So doing everything they can to make it easy on this young quarterback to lead his offense into winning a couple games, starting off 2-1 going into district next week.
Yeah, Zach. Even though the offense never really. I wouldn't say we got into a groove tonight. I wouldn't say during this 8-minute, 12-minute segment, we just got it rolling.
Mm-hmm.
I would never say that about tonight's game. It as soon as we would get things going, something would go bad, whether it was them getting penetration, getting into our backfield, or just not hitting passes that we've hit in the past. So, we obviously want to get better every week, and I think we did. Anytime you can shut somebody out, as explosive as the Panthers, if you can shut those guys out, you're doing some good things defensively. And if you're going to play that good a defense, you're always going to be in the game and have a shot.
And it just goes to show that defense is truly a focal point of this whole team. But offense, I agree with you, Coach, did not necessarily get into a groove. Had some great plays. Definitely, have shown that every single game that we can score the football. It's not a matter about if we can. It's just a matter about how to do it. And obviously, the first quarter of each game have been tough for this offensive line in terms of, keeping guys out of the backfield, getting a push. But as each game goes on, we do see offensive line improving, game over game. I think there's a lot to learn, again, from this matchup, just like there's a lot to learn from last week's match where it ended in a loss. So, even though there is a win in the win column, I'm sure they're going to be thinking a lot about how to improve. And really, everything starts next week. It really just does. This is all great. Regular season games, non-district games are always fun, but they really don't mean anything in terms of the grand scheme of things. So next week is where it really gets started.
Yeah, like some people will say, it's important, but it's not really that important.
Mm-hmm.
It's important. Yes, it's really important that you play well, that you go 2-1 to start the season.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not really that important,
Mm-hmm.
So, I understand both sides of that. And I'm sure on the other side of that, the Panthers are licking their wounds after 3 rough games. They've got a lot of young kids like
Mm-hmm.
we do who are actually playing, not just on the varsity, but they're playing. They've got a sophomore quarterback who's going to be really, really good. And they just have to get to their district play as well.
Absolutely. Play some more teams with similar populations. But as we see here on the field, Stony Point getting ready to sing the alma mater. Gotta love this feeling, especially going into the weekend, knowing that 1, you got a dub, 2, district starts tomorrow, and 3, we can look forward to some non-100-degrey temperatures next week, Coach.
Hey, that would be good for them all week in practice, especially the linemen. I can tell you from being a offensive coordinator for many years, when those big boys come out and they start slapping their bellies and rubbing their bellies because it's nice and cool outside in the mornings, things are getting ready to change with the linemen as far as their attitudes.
A little less cranky and all that good stuff. But I think that'll do it for us tonight, folks. We are all done here. I think we'll talk to you next week. Not sure exactly where we'll be in terms if we'll be in the Kelly Reed's Athletic. I'll get that information for you later. But we look forward to joining you. And again, look forward to us talking to you next week. But make sure to like and subscribe to our channel, iHSFAN. We have a bunch of different games across the network. We will be bringing you live Stony Point action as well as all the other Round Rock ISD schools presented by Covert Ford. So please take a moment to take that time out of your day to like and subscribe for the channel. With that, my name is Zach Epstein. I was joined here tonight by Mickey Bouchon. We really enjoyed bringing this broadcast to you and bringing another win to Tiger Nation. We look forward to seeing y'all